You're listening to the Headlock Talkover podcast, where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling with Jack and Jeremy.
Hello and welcome to the Headlock Talkover podcast, a podcast where we like wrestling and we talk about wrestling. Welcome to this episode where we will be talking over ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998, which contained Rob Van Dam versus Sabu, Shane Douglas versus Al Snow, and New Jack versus Bam Bam Bigelow. Great start. And
love it.
As ECW pay-per-views go, it's considered the worst. Still pretty fun.
Yeah, they're all pretty fun.
We kind of lose our minds at the end, so look forward to that. I'm Jeremy, joined as always by Jack. How are you, Jack?
Contrary to what I sound like, I'm actually okay. I've gone retro this week and got over COVID again, which was weird.
You tested negative though.
I have tested
we're
negative.
Fine to be here.
Yeah. I just sound like this, so sorry about that.
Yeah, deal with it. What we're going to do for you to start off with, we're going to go through the Bad Blood card as it currently stands and predict what we think will happen. Shall we start with the one match that had a stipulation we weren't aware of? We've got Liv Morgan defending her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio suspended above the ring in a shark cage.
No, call it what it is. It's Dom on a pole match. It's not custody of Dom on a pole. It's literally Dom on a pole.
No, because this isn't for Dom. This is just to get him out of the way so he doesn't interfere.
That's what they want you to think. You've fallen into it.
You think Dom won't slip through
This is fan service, this is Dom on a pole.
I think of all the shark cage matches the WWE have ever done, there's only been one where the person in the cage hasn't slipped out of the cage, and that was because it was Chris Jericho. That's the only time I think it's happened.
I'm trying to think. I can only picture Enzo.
Yeah, me too.
Slipping. Yeah.
But I think that's the only example where that's been the case. And Dom's small enough where he can slip through those bars.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen, and Liv's probably going to retain. So I'm going Liv Morgan. What do you reckon?
Is this Ripley's first match since he's back?
No, she did that tag match at Bash at Berlin.
Oh, of course she did. Yeah, they won that, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, then Liv's winning. Good old 50-50 booking.
Yep. While we're talking about the Judgment Day, though, we'll go into Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. Like, nothing's on the line here. It's just revenge for Damian after Finn screwed him over so many times. So what do you reckon?
Priest.
I agree. Balances out the Judgment Day stuff. He'll win, face win.
That's the only reason.
And I think Finn's in the position now where he needs to elevate people because he's been on the main roster for 8 years now.
Apart from that one little stint he had in NXT again.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has. Yeah, that's mad to think about, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think he needs to be there just to keep elevating Damian. I mean, Damian has been on a real tear since he lost the title. He's actually been more endearing since he lost the title. So, I'd love to see what else he can do. But I think Damian's going to win as well.
I don't think he'll get a sniff of the main event again. I'd like to see it. I don't think he will because the main event is so stacked at the minute.
He will have title matches in his future. I can't see him holding the belt again.
There'll be a thing with Jay. I'm sure there will.
Yeah.
The whole Jay and Rhea thing and Priest tied to Rhea as well. So that could be interesting.
Yeah, I think he's being built up almost as the next sort of KO, Randy Orton level person. Like as a real justifiable challenger for a main title who isn't quite going to get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Damian should go over Finn for sure. Let's go for the other women's match on the card. We'll go for Nia Jax defending against Bayley. Now, I was under the impression that this would be a loser leaves SmackDown match, but that doesn't seem to be the case according to the listing here. So I think they've dropped that entirely.
Right, okay.
With that in mind, though, I think Nia's winning. I don't think now is the time. I think I've said this in an earlier episode. I think Nia could hold that thing till Mania at this point.
Well, I think Tiffany Stratton's walking out.
Yeah, I did think that as a possibility, but I don't think she would make it a triple threat. So somebody would have to win that match.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay. Well, if that's the case, who did you go for?
I went for Nia.
I'll go for Bailey. Why not?
Have it go to Bailey, then Tiffany. That would be quite good to kind of get Tiffany as a heel. I've spoken before about how she's not really a heel.
Yeah.
The crowd don't dislike her. She's not getting heat. She's a cool heel in her way.
And that way you can further, because they're sort of teasing dissension between her and Jax.
They've been doing that for a while.
And they can she can turn around and say, "Well, I didn't pin you. You lost by yourself."
Yeah.
Which furthers the. I think that might be a good way to go. I'd quite like to see that.
Yeah, I think so. But then, I think that's tricky though, because so we're going down your logic here is that Bailey would win, then Tiffany would win, and then Tiffany would face Nia for it because they're falling out.
Yeah.
So that would mean that Tiffany would have to turn face after beating Bailey. That's what's tricky about it in my mind.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Could happen though. She could cut a hell of a promo and just turn instantly.
Yeah. I mean, she's almost there, really.
I think Tiffany's in that position and good enough to pull that off, but we'll see. Next up, though, we have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a Hell in a Cell match. And before we talk into the actual prediction, can we sort of praise the fact that they're using a Hell in a Cell match the way it's meant to be used?
End of a feud.
And not just, it's October, we've got to have a Hell in a Cell match. So they've done it the right way this time, and this is a blood feud that's been going on since WrestleMania as well. Maybe a little bit before that, because I think Drew was taunting Punk before that.
Survivor Series, wasn't it?
Wow.
That's when Punk came back, and that's when the backstage stuff came out about Drew, wasn't it? Because he stormed off.
Yeah, exactly. So
he could potentially. Yeah, I was going to
Wow.
say that's if that's intentional, well done.
But who do you reckon?
Where's this being held?
Not Chicago. Hold on.
Okay, Drew's Scottish, isn't he?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. I don't know why it's going to make a difference. McIntyre. Big Drew. Big, sexy, handsome Drew.
It should be Drew. I'm going Punk.
Okay, why?
I don't think this actually is over. I think this is. I don't think this is it. I don't think. I know Bad Blood. It's supposed to be the end, but we've got two major pay-per-views coming up over the next few months in Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble. And I think there's still seeds to be sown in that feud. I think there's a very real possibility, with the possibility of injuries aside, that Punk and McIntyre meet in the Rumble, and things might just kick off all over again.
You said Survivor Series is coming up.
It's after this, I believe. I think it's the next pay-per-view.
So you could have Team Punk versus Team McIntyre.
Absolutely possible.
Yeah.
They might get involved in War Games depending on what they do. I'm still dead set on a Bloodline War Games, but I don't think this is over, so I'm going Punk.
Okay, interesting.
And then finally, we have a tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus the Bloodline. And the members of the Bloodline being chosen are Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. Now, bearing in mind, this is being held in Atlanta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Cody and Roman are winning, aren't they?
Yeah, of course they are.
Cody's hometown. Roman's first match back, if I'm right in thinking that, since he returned. I don't think he's had a match.
No, No, he hasn't, has he? No. Yeah.
Not much more to say, really. I think that's pretty cut and dry. The whole reason I think this match exists is Roman versus Jacob.
The only thing that could play into it is they're teasing some stuff with Orton and Owens.
Yeah.
I forgot his name then for a minute. So they could cost. There could even maybe be some miscommunication between Cody and Roman. They get into a shouting match. Owens or Orton come in to break it up, and something happens, and
It's possible, yeah.
and then if the Bloodline get the win, Jacob's pinning Roman. Could you imagine that?
I don't want to imagine that, but I can. I can certainly see it. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think if that's going to happen, which I think it will, it's going to cost Cody the title when it happens.
Okay. But I agree with what you said. This match is literally just going to be... Everyone's going to want to see Reigns and Jacob.
Yeah, so I think what's going to happen is Cody and Roman win, but Roman's not finished with the bloodline stuff. He has to deal with family business before he goes after Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Cody is going to get into some sort of feud afterwards, and either Kevin or Randy are going to cost him the title. So then he's back on the chase.
Okay.
Because I think with Cody, the chase is better than the reign afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what will happen. But
so when you say Bloodline War Games, do you mean Bloodline versus Bloodline?
yes, all 8 members will be Bloodline members.
So you don't see? I don't think so. Like I think there's 4 members of the Bloodline, and I think Owens and Orton will be on the other team.
Bearing in mind as well, we are yet to see Jimmy Uso.
That's a good point.
It's
actually,
absolutely possible it could be Roman, Jay, Jimmy, and either... I mean, we've talked about Hikuleo before being a possibility. Sammy's a possibility. Cody's a possibility.
It'll be Sammy. There's been those reports come out that they're sending Hikuleo to NXT. Because, I mean, it was just 8 members of the Bloodline. That's a lot of people. Like, what do you do after that? I think it's fine the way it is.
Yeah, but I think they've just been teasing that too long that they can't pull the trigger on that now. And I think it will be for, like, it's Team Roman versus Team Solo, and whoever wins is the tribal chief.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens after that happens. But that also ties into the Rumble, where lots of possibilities could happen between those 8 members when they turn up in the Rumble. You could have Solo and the other 3 like rule the Rumble, like you've had like with the Wyatt family and the Straight Edge Society. That definitely could happen. And then all of a sudden Roman comes out while all 4 of them are in the ring, and then it's a big moment. So a lot of possibilities, and I'm very excited to see it play out.
Maybe Haku could.
Yeah, you want more Haku? More Haku?
Haku in the Rumble.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Why? Because he'd just win.
Only if he comes out. Only if he comes out in his work uniform.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Dragging a car behind him with one hand.
Yes. Shall we jump into the news? Can you think of any major events that have happened in the world of wrestling this week?
There's a documentary went on Netflix.
Oh, did there?
Very yes.
So
interesting timing as well.
Yeah. So when this episode will have come out, roughly a week since the Mr. McMahon documentary came out, we've both seen all 6 episodes. Wasn't a lot in there I didn't already know.
Yeah.
But boy, Vince did not come off well in those interviews.
There was some bits when he was talking about his childhood that I found absolutely fascinating, because you just don't hear about
No,
that.
because he wouldn't tell you that stuff. Do you remember the first thing Vince said in the whole documentary?
I don't.
It was literally, boy, I wish I could tell you the real stories.
Ooh!
That was the first thing he said.
Actually, I can hear him saying it now.
So, everything from here, you can't know for sure is the truth. That's literally what he has managed to do in one sentence.
I remember messaging you and saying Vince has come across in this, like, absolutely insane. And then hitting start on the next episode and him going, I have 2 computers in my head. And I was like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. The only thing I can say for sure, and he would admit this himself, is that he would have done anything for the business. That was his love. That was all that mattered to him, really. Over his family, over anything, over himself.
The one bit, some of the editing was genius. Whoever did that was on point.
Are you talking about the stuff where Vince was talking about the Attitude Era? It's like, oh, we didn't kill anybody. There wasn't any rape. And it just showed clips of those exact things.
There wasn't any guns,
era.
and then there's Pillman with a gun.
Yeah. So stupid.
It was, literally, it's just gone from my head.
Oh, that's a shame.
the Mr. McMahon character when he's explaining the Mr. McMahon character, and they're like, how close is that to the real Vince?
Yes.
And he goes, oh, it's the complete opposite. And everyone's like, oh, it's just Vince.
It's the same.
It's Vince. It's exactly
That's
the same.
the same. Who I did tell you privately, but what I will say is someone who did really come out of that documentary looking good was Tony Atlas. Like, he had no affiliations with the WWE. He's not on a Legends contract or anything like that. So he had no motivation to lie.
Yeah.
And he told it as it was. Like, at the end, they specifically asked what anyone who's interviewed thinks Vince's legacy will be. And all Tony had was the greatest promoter of all time. That was all he had to say, and absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
Shane came off really good as well.
He did. I think I've told you before to watch Succession, and that documentary has only made it more clear that you need to watch Succession because it's the same thing. It's uncanny how close the Roy family is to the McMahon family. Like, you have no idea. Like, the one story that we talked about between Vince and Shane, and Paul Heyman was the one that told it, so I think he was privy to the conversation, is that Paul said he was there and Shane was arguing a point about something, and with Vince, it gets heated very quickly, and it got more and more heated to the point where Vince, I think they were stood in the kitchen of one of his houses, and he pulls out a kitchen knife, hands it to Shane, and just goes, here, right here, because that's what you're going to have to do to get what you want. And Shane obviously backed down, and it goes to show the business was number one.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it?
And he knew that Shane wouldn't do it.
There was another little thing I found really interesting, and I don't know if you picked up on it or not, but they're talking about a certain storyline when Linda's in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, and you had an affair with Trish, and he sort of pauses and he looked around, and off camera you hear Heyman go, storyline, Vince.
And he's like,
goes, yeah. And it was... I found that fascinating for so many reasons, because he obviously paused and had to reboot.
Try and remember if he'd slept with Trish.
Yeah, reboot one of his computers or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the fact that Heyman was obviously behind the camera during the entire Vince when he's doing the ring, when he's sat in the middle of the ring, getting interviewed. Of all the people, Heyman, I thought that was really interesting.
Well, I think because it was recorded, the majority of the interviews were recorded in 2021 and the first half of 2022. So Paul was like very deep in the company. I think he might have been running Raw at that point.
They might have all been behind the camera, to be fair.
Possibly. But Heyman was always good at reining Vince in without offending him, and he's always been a good talker. That man could talk about anything.
Yeah.
So he knows how to. He's very good in terms of media training. Like, he knows how to handle that stuff. So he could censor Vince without having to censor Vince. And I think that's probably why he was there.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
Yeah. But that's enough about the documentary. Shall we quickly go over what's happened this week in the wrestles?
I've not watched much because, like I said, I've been quite ill.
I've only skimmed. I think there's only there was only one thing we're talking about from Raw, really, and that's that we were both very, very wrong. Jey Uso won the Intercontinental Championship.
That was a shock, like genuine shock.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were going to have Breakker hold that thing for a while.
On a Raw as well.
Yeah.
Like not even on a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, I mentioned before,
great.
I think they're just tying up for Braun to be world champion when the Netflix deal kicks in.
There was like reports saying that they wanted him to be a featured player when it goes on to Netflix.
I think Braun might win the Rumble.
Oof. That's a good shout. That is a good shout.
Braun beats Gunther at WrestleMania.
Yeah?
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, that could work, couldn't it?
But we're a few months away, but I think that's what they're teeing up for, particularly, as I said, the Netflix deal coming by. There's a lot of possibility that Braun is going to be the centerpiece of Raw going forward, because he's a good fit for like the Netflix audience, particularly if they sort of ease into the more like PG-13 and up antics and go a little bit more Attitude Era with what they do.
They like to do the running thing with him, don't they? Where it blurs him, and if they're going on to Netflix, it could be more cinematic.
Yep.
Like the Roman Cody promo
when
they're in the stadium.
Yeah.
If that's anything to go by, if that's what it's going to look like, it's going to be it's going to be awesome because that looked really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Absolutely loved it. And that was last week, so we didn't think to even add that in the notes. But yeah, what a segment that was. And it proves what a good actor they both are. Not that we're surprised, but yeah, Roman and Cody knocked that out the park. And yeah, their feud is far from over.
Yeah.
And can't wait to see it play out.
Twice
I
in a
cannot
lifetime.
wait. 3 times in a lifetime, mate. Dynamite.
Oh God, yeah, I forgot about that.
Did you forget they were headlined 2 WrestleManias in a row?
I did, yeah. Oh man.
Right, Dynamite. Only 2 things worth talking about in that we got Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson finally. They've been teasing that for weeks.
Sorry, what year am I in?
Yeah, 2008 apparently.
Jesus Christ. When I first got into wrestling, I used to watch their matches in Ring of Honor like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's surreal watching McGuinness in the ring again. It's really surreal.
Yeah, but obviously a great match. And what surprised me is that Danielson won via submission. I mean, I know McGuinness really plays hard on the hating of Danielson because of their long feud, but I didn't think it would end that way.
I've not seen the match, to be fair. So maybe he couldn't take that running knee.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. 'Cause what was his health issue again that caused him to retire? Was it a head injury?
No. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he caught something in the ring, like Hep B or Hep C or something, and that's why he retired.
So as long as there's no colour in the match, it's all good.
I'm pretty sure. I could be very wrong in that. I think he only caught it when he was in TNA.
Okay, fair enough.
Teaming with Aldis, I remember, and they were called London Brawling.
Yeah, you said it in the last episode, the TNA episode. You did. Absolutely right. Only other thing from Dynamite is that another thing I was very wrong on is I was sure that Darby Allin was going to keep his title shot against Bryan Danielson, but John Moxley won. I
mean, you said that Bryan wanted to retire in Washington and wanted someone from Washington. I know Darby ticks all that criteria. Darby's not retiring Bryan Danielson.
I could have seen it.
No chance.
But I think that they are pushing for Darby to eventually win that thing. I think that's just a matter of time. But I don't think I want Moxley as champion again.
He might not be champion. They might be teeing him up as like their final boss, like a Brock Lesnar type. I know he's nowhere near physically as intimidating as Brock Lesnar, but like a guy that will just come out and you go, oh my God.
You're in trouble now.
Yeah. Because, I mean, out of anyone on the roster, Mox is the one he can fit that.
Moxley versus Danielson will be happening at Wrestle Dream, and if Mox wins, Danielson retires. Don't want Mox as champion, particularly because AEW's got the roster it has. I pretty much want a new champion every time at this point until everyone's had a fair crack at it.
Yeah, Mox has held it 3 times.
If we count interim stuff, yeah, but otherwise, no. This would be his 3rd.
Oh yeah.
It would be 4-time, I guess, because he won it the first time, lost it to Omega. Then he was interim while Punk was out, and then when they unified them, Moxley beat Punk. Then he lost it again, and then this would be the 3rd. So yeah,
I don't know.
Weird time.
I don't know who they could put as champion at the minute.
There's definitely a few options.
Has Paige held it?
Hangman.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him hold it again.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah. Because that could bring Swerve back.
Definitely.
Which is such a good segue. I'm
I
really
was
proud
going
of
to say,
myself.
speaking of Swerve, we have one last thing that happened on Dynamite is that one Montel Vontavious Porter showed up, and I don't think anybody expected that.
I did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where else is he going to go?
Yeah, I shouldn't. Well,
he's turning up. Lashley's turning up, and I would bet very good money Benjamin's turning up as well.
The Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, the pain.
The pain establishment.
The pain company. I don't know. Yeah.
But essentially, MVP was sort of teasing Nana, saying like, if Swerve wants to become champion and take himself seriously, give me a call. So he's really like digging into Nana for not being a very good manager under Swerve's tenure as champion. Swerve's going to be away until probably Wrestle Dream, which isn't very far away, but still. And Nana did not take kindly to that and will see who joins MVP in the future. Next up, we'll talk about SmackDown.
Do you remember when we were really excited for Jade to join WWE? They really took their time with Jade. And no, it's a good thing. I said that like I was going to knock it, but yeah, I think by all accounts, they thought they had like a ready-made star on their hands.
Yeah,
and she was going to come over and seamlessly fit right in.
No, they're teeing up. They're pretty much giving her Bianca for a year to sort of get her to the point where she can be 100% ready.
Learn the WWE way. Yeah.
They'll probably have a match at WrestleMania. Jade will probably win, and then she's off on her own from that point on.
Because that was a tough thing to do. Because if she came in and you obviously saw that she wasn't ready, you couldn't put her in NXT.
No, I don't think so. With her the way that she is, I don't think you could either. The only major thing is more of KO teasing a heel turn, essentially. So during a brawl, KO was just not happy at all, and Randy and Cody were trying to calm him down, but there was just no calming him down. So I think they're teasing for KO to be the one to turn, which makes me think that Randy's going to turn instead, because I know how they love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most obvious swerve in the world.
Do you think Orton's better as a heel or a face towards this stage of his career? Or do you think he's just like the veteran?
I will be honest, I think Orton should be the one to take the title off Cody. I don't think there's a better person to do it right now.
And that would
make him 16-time champion.
With that tie?
Yeah, tie with Cena. If there was any opportunity where the title could end up vacated,
and then you could have
Cena versus Orton one last time.
Versus career.
Maybe. But you could have it where it's vacated and whoever does it has the 17th.
Yeah, you've talked me into that. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because
absolutely.
Orton should be seen as last match at this point. I mean, in a perfect world, it would be Angle, but
just not possible.
I mean, Kurt Angle is one of my favourite wrestlers ever. I wouldn't want to see John Cena versus Kurt Angle in 2024.
Not in 2024, no.
Absolutely not. But Orton can still go. Cena can still do his things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Get a good Cena
like,
match.
It's not going to main event WrestleMania with the work rate that those two are capable of at their ages, but it's still going to be a hell of a match.
And you know what? Title on the line, winner gets the... I know winner wouldn't get the record, would they? Because if Orton was the champion...
That's what I mean. To vacate the title would be better for that storyline.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would like to vacate the title for the sake of it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah,
Either of those two would work. I'm happy to do title versus career. I'd love to see that with Orton as champion.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Okay, I'll vacate it, but I'm still challenging you for it.
Yeah, so they'd have to find a different way around it, which I don't think I'd like, unless they do like a kayfabe injury. I don't know. I'd like to see it, but I wouldn't want to force it.
Yeah.
It would need to be natural for that kind
Yeah,
of
the
thing.
more you sit and think about it, it just gets more and more convoluted,
Exactly,
really, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to talk about before we jump into the main part of the episode?
No.
Perfect. So we'll jump into ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998. Thank you for listening or watching this far. Give us a like, comment, let us know what other episodes you'd like us to do or what you think of this episode. Give us a subscribe or a follow depending on where you are, and enjoy the episode. Right, it is time for ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998. ECW obviously standing for everybody's completely wasted.
Yeah, this is 1998 ECW, so yeah. Yeah. Look at Joey Styles.
Still no hair. He's still got the hairline.
I mean, he's got a bit of a 5-head going on, hasn't he?
Yeah, just a bit. I'm not one to talk, but you know.
He looks both 40 and 12 at the same time.
It's remarkable, isn't it? You are absolutely right.
So on enemy turf, this was in
Atlanta, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah. So this
WCW territory, yeah.
Okay, right.
First time they'd invaded Georgia, so to speak. So
invaded?
Yeah.
As in
3 years from now, something might happen.
This is one of the worst rated ECW shows, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the only ECW we had on our short list because it was supposed to be very bad. And Jack hasn't seen this one. I have seen this one, so I'll walk you through it.
I have seen this.
But in 1998?
No. A long time ago, I have seen it. I'm a big ECW fan, so I've seen like a majority of their stuff.
Of course.
But when I got into ECW, I watched it all in one big blur.
Oh, right, that makes sense.
Yeah, timelines and stuff are a bit iffy.
Blur is the right word though, because this is ECW, and it's you say it's similar to watching a 2-hour TikTok video.
Yeah, like when you watch a TikTok video and it's just every word is capitalized, so you don't. It's just like, do you know what I mean?
That's an audio capture we've got right there. I'll have fun editing that.
That one big block.
Yeah. Sorry to anyone wearing headphones.
Start watching TikTok videos then.
Yeah.
We got an FBI match.
Yeah, we open with an FBI match.
Awesome.
Little Guido and Tracy Smothers.
Oh. Yes, given it all fucking this.
Yeah. I lost count of how many times Guido just...
Oh, yeah, that's his thing, man.
Guido's always been an enigma to me, because he's got to weigh 150 pounds. But they've always billed him at like 200, and I call bullshit.
He's pretty legit, I think. He's pretty tough.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't deny that part, but I think 200 pounds?
I think he was trained by Billy Robinson.
Yeah, I can see that. And it's the Blue World Order, before they were the Blue World Order, officially.
That's no Stevie Richards, though, is it?
No, it is the Blue Mini and Supernova.
Okay, cool.
And I think this is Blue Meanie's pay-per-view debut, because they talk about him being a young up-and-comer. I know. Hard to think of Blue Meanie as a young up-and-comer.
Yeah.
Looks like he's just wrestled forever. So, to put this into perspective timeline-wise, so we're in May 1998.
Mm-hmm.
Stone Cold Steve Austin had just become world champion for the first time.
Right, okay.
He'd just beaten Shawn Michaels, thanks to the help of Mike Tyson.
Fantastic. And we're watching the FBI versus...
I will say I have no idea what WCW were doing at this time. 98, we were mid NWO stuff. I don't think they quite had the WCW versus NWO pay-per-views.
Pass.
But
you know what I'm like with dates and...
I'm trying to remember, because Super Brawl, which we've covered before, was in 97, I think. And that was Sting versus Hogan as the main event, so...
Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, Hollywood Hogan.
Right, yeah. I can't remember it. Pepperland?
They're from Pepperland, apparently, the Blue World Order.
Is that a... What is that? Why is that?
I don't know.
Okay, cool.
Has
he got dicks drawn on the back of his top?
He's got loads of stickers on the back of his top. This is ECW, Jack. It's best not to question things. So
this is ECW in 1998. Yeah. So we are watching this on quite a pixelated stream. So it's quite hard to see some things.
Plus, with the stability of the WWE network as it is, it's gonna make for an interesting watch. That's for sure.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is gonna be a good match.
The problem with ECW, it becomes forgettable because there's just so much of it.
Oh yeah, I bet within a minute of this happening, the other match is already being set up.
So immediately, as soon as the bell rings, the crowd start chanting, "Where's my pizza?" at the FBI. That's the kind of crowd you're dealing with.
Yeah. I mean, this is in the South.
True. I mean, you say that, but we got juggalos in the crowd. You can see them here.
Oh God!
Just a few juggalos sprinkled in.
Tracy Smothers.
He's dancing along.
Oh, he's so good.
I don't know anything about Tracy Smothers. I can't lie to you.
Bit of a journeyman wrestler.
Right.
We've had him on the pod before.
As Tracy Smothers?
He was in WCW, part of the Young Pistols with Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now I remember. I only remember that because of Dustin Rhodes and his nepotism.
It was Tracy Smothers and one of the Armstrong brothers. I can't remember which one.
Against the Freebirds and Bad Street. Yes.
That's it. Yeah. because there was two brothers in that match, because Bad Street was Brad Armstrong, and then I'm completely brain farting.
One of the other Armstrong children, because there were quite a few of them, as I understand it.
Yeah. Was that a choke slam atomic drop?
Yeah, it was.
That was weird.
Inverted atomic drop, because obviously he's facing you. But yeah, some interesting offense throughout this whole show, particularly in the RVD versus Sabu match that comes later on. Some works, some doesn't.
Yeah, well, it's Sabu, isn't it? They always say it, high risk, high reward. I've never seen him get a reward from it. It's always just risk. Yeah.
I don't know anything about Supernova either, to be honest with you. Was he the one who later became Nova? Yeah, okay, because we've watched another ECW pay-per-view and Nova was on that card.
Nova was on it, and then he became... Did he become Simon Diamond?
Oh, maybe.
In WWE, he had that fitness gimmick. We came out on the Segway.
I remember.
Yeah.
So what could make something even more ECW than a dance contest in the middle of a tag team match?
I was just going to say, are they dancing? Meanie doing a Ric Flair strut.
Now, I talked earlier about timelines. There is a weird point, and I think this might explain the WCW stuff, where some major event has happened involving Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are both signs and chants that say Free Ric Flair. And I don't know the context because I'm not familiar with WCW as well as you are.
Was he suspended by WCW at that point?
Maybe. I don't recall that happening. I just remember the chants and the signs. I was like, well, something's happened. And I didn't get a chance to look it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He might have been suspended for something. In fact, was that the time when he around the time he left with the belt?
Oh, maybe.
And then went back to WWE with the belt.
That's possible.
Mate, yeah. Trying to think.
Oh, yeah, because they had to...
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
what? Why is he pinning him?
Too busy talking about Ric Flair. The ref has just attacked Guido and tried to pin him.
What? Why? Just why happened?
This is the most... I'd say anti-Cornette match that you could possibly have on this card.
Yeah, he would have been spitting fire at that. There's a lot of the FBI accidentally attacking each other, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a bit of that. Okay, that was a Phoenix splash, basically, from Supernova to the outside as well. And as you can see, there is no padding on that floor.
I was just going to say, yeah, that looks rough.
That is concrete.
Considering there's a RVD Sabu match later on. Are they going to do a heart attack? Oh, no. Oh, Tracy Smothers does a really shit bicycle kick. That's like how Drew McIntyre invented the Claymore.
Oh, yeah, because he slipped. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he tried to do a big boot, but he was in 3MB and he had those really tight leather trousers.
Right, of course he did,
and he said his leg came up and his other one just came up with it. And he said he knocked himself out. And when he got backstage, I can't remember, he said a producer said to him, if you can figure out how to do that and not knock yourself out, he said, you got something there. And they were right.
Yeah. Look at him now. Nice leg drop from Guido to Supernova.
Just sits on him and pulls his leg up. Yeah, count the pin, yeah. Such a good heel.
Yeah,
you just want to hate him so much.
He even did it to great effect in WWE, where you can't be sure that kind of thing would translate from ECW to WWE, but it worked really well.
Yeah, it's very like World of Sport style wrestling, because it's all like certain people in the audience. You're just winding them up.
Yeah, it's certainly got that kind of feel to it the whole show. I don't know if it's the crowd or the place that they're holding the event, but it's definitely got that World of Sport feel.
Small crowd though, isn't it?
But I mean, if you look at the Philadelphia Center where they normally host ECW, that is a small venue. That doesn't have anywhere near the same vibe.
Okay, interesting.
Maybe the ballroom, I think they pack more people into a tighter space because there's no room to move in the ballroom. You can see it in video footage.
Wow, Nova chant. This guy with a backwards L on his forehead. He's wearing an NWO top as well. You're the loser, mate, if anyone.
You working some stuff out there?
Come to an ECW event, call them all losers, wearing an NWO top. That's blasphemy in 1998, that is. That's close to treason.
Heyman would kick you out if he saw you.
He's in the front row as well.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right.
What did you think was going to happen?
I don't
on that
know,
electric
but
chair?
he had him on his shoulders, and I saw him put his arms behind him, like on his hamstrings. I was like, he's going to throw him somewhere.
Nope. Just a standard electric chair drop, luckily.
What just happened then?
Don't ask questions.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Okay. Imagine, right, you're Blue Meanie.
Yep.
And you said, right, I've got this gimmick.
You ever heard of Eiffel 65?
That was in 1998. When did that come out?
like earlier than that.
It was 90s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He's like, right, so what's your gimmick going to be? Blue.
Oh, cool.
Oh, we're going to see a mini salt. Oh, you tease. Oh, me. Oh, here we
That's
go.
Tommy Rich.
Here we go.
Guido moves, though.
Yeah, fuck taking that. That's why.
Literally twice his size. Tommy slides the Italian... Well, I say Italian. It's an Italian flag with Tommy Rich's face on it. So, slides that into the ring.
Bleed on me, that sign says.
And that's it. After the inverted... I think it's an inverted STO.
Yeah.
Nova pins Guido. Well, he calls it the Novocaine. Because it'll put you to sleep.
Because
Do you get it?
look at that guy giving it this. Yeah, Blue Meanie won.
I want to point out my naivety here. The transition they use between sections is the same one used by Botchamania.
Right.
And I did not make the connection, ever, that it was ECW that they stole it from. So that's me being stupid, and I just wanted to point that out.
Right.
So next up, we have Just Incredible versus Mikey Whipwreck.
Nice. Okay. This should be good. I never understood the Just Incredible character.
Oh, it's just a knobhead. It's just all it boils down to, really.
He just looks so generic. Like, if you were to go into, like, a create a wrestler template, one would look like Justin Timberlake.
I will say, the man couldn't look closer to Stone Cold Steve Austin
Yeah,
if he tried, though.
He's got the jean shorts, the bald head, and the goatee.
And the black t-shirt. Just missing the knee brace, I think. And that's it.
What does it say? I hate...
This town.
Oh, he's so cool. I wish I could be that cool.
It's a versatile t-shirt because you can wear it anywhere. And it still works.
Oh, he could go in another town.
And it's still
and he'd
that
still
town.
hate it.
It's still this town.
Ban the leg drop, that sign says.
Why?
Is that a Hogan's?
Oh,
thing,
yeah, maybe. Maybe.
He's doing a Matt Hardy pose, though. That is Matt Hardy's...
There's no V1 on it, though.
No. Do you remember Matt fell over the rope when he did it?
Yeah.
Just...
Bet you can't find that on the network anymore. Chastity.
Chastity, I don't know anything about.
And the fella bills himself as the sexiest man on earth.
That's Jason.
Oh, okay.
Look at those heels he's wearing, though.
Yeah.
God, they are some lifts in there, aren't they? Jesus.
You're not the tallest man alive, are you, Jason?
Well, that's it. One or the other. You'd be sexy or tall. Familiar with Mikey Whipwreck?
No, but after watching this match, I was a big fan.
He pinned Stone Cold in ECW. Twice, I think.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think Stone Cold, this is really testing my memory, he only had 2 matches in ECW, and he lost both, and he lost one of them to Mikey Whipwreck.
Oh, okay.
That was in between WCW and WWE.
So, if you want a summation of ECW in the 90s, wait for the spot that comes along in a moment.
Okay. Yeah, Mikey Whipwreck used to...
Can I point out that 9-year-old child with the white t-shirt?
Oh my God! Just took a swanton bomb.
Mikey Whipwreck whips Just Incredible into the barricade, and he flies over the barricade towards that child.
And that kid has just no-sold it. Like.
Yeah, he has.
And the mum's like, just go over there. Go over there. Oh my God.
I had to rewind and make sure that I'd seen that correctly, because what the fuck?
That's mental behaviour. I mean, what would be going through Just Incredible's mind to be like, because you got enough time to see where you're going.
Oh no, there's a child there. Well, I can't stop.
Well, yeah, I might as well just fucking woof myself over. It'll be
Try
fine.
and knock this child unconscious.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Lucky Paul Heyman's dad was a lawyer.
Good job, really.
I've just realised something as well, listening to Joey Styles talk.
Yep.
Mikey Whipwreck's finisher is called Whiplash?
Whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper. It's a stunner.
It is a stunner, yeah. And I didn't know the connection to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I've
So that makes
literally
things even better.
just made that connection in my head. In fact, they're calling it the variation of the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah, I mean, ECW were never afraid to reference other companies, were they? I mean, Shane Douglas is on this card, and he cuts a promo. Guess what he does?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's about Ric Flair.
Yeah, he does talk about Ric Flair. Yeah, so you said you were talking about Joey Styles.
Yes.
So we've only covered one other ECW pay-per-view, and it was Living Dangerously 2000. And this is the first time I've got to experience what you've always praised Joey Styles for, and that's his ability to commentate on his own.
Yep.
Because in Living Dangerously 2000, he was joined by Don Callis.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, he held his own doing this for years.
It has to be pointed out to you sometimes, like, because he's so good.
Yeah.
You don't notice that there's only one person. It isn't until you go, yeah, there isn't 2 or 3 voices. You're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
It's actually, yeah,
I
it's
certainly
just
didn't
Joey
appreciate
Styles.
what he was doing until I saw this pay-per-view, because fuck me, who would want that job?
Yeah, he's really good. And in the first match, he was doing some announcing, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. Or did he? Any matches?
He announces some stuff, yeah. The man that knocked out JBL. Was it JBL?
Yeah, it was JBL, wasn't it? God, the more you see of that venue, it looks really odd.
Go on. I think it's the Cobb County
that
Arena.
balcony looked really weird. I don't know what it looks like. Somewhere that they'd have a Comic-Con.
So I'm going to spoil the show a little bit here. So you mentioned there's a balcony. There's a New Jack match on this card.
Oh, yeah, fully expected. Yeah. Who's he? No, if I keep it surprise.
Oh, yeah, you wait until you see who he faces.
What are they chanting?
I think asshole.
Are they chanting Aldo?
I think Aldo, maybe.
Yeah. Just Incredible was called Aldo Montoya in WWE.
Oh, I see. So they're just messing with him.
Yeah, he was a jobber called Aldo Montoya. Whoa! That was a really cool reversal to that.
I've never seen anyone reverse the stunner into a reverse DDT before.
It just makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Good on you, Aldo.
Don't call him that.
I don't know what they're chanting now. I can't hear it.
Yeah, as well as the video quality not being the best. Unfortunately, the sound quality is not the best, so we've got what we got, and we've got to work with it.
Someone's an asshole.
Or table. Something like that.
Yeah, asshole or table or Mikey. I don't know. So, how tall is Jason? Because those lifts are pretty substantial.
They're like 4 or 5 inch, aren't they?
And he still looks pretty small.
Another crazy spot for you, actually, coming up.
Blow goats, that sign says.
Blow goats.
Jesus Christ.
You want a ridiculous spot, Jack? We'll give you a ridiculous spot. Watch this.
Isn't that where that kid is?
Yeah, roughly.
Oh, oh my God.
Yes. Oh my
God.
A superplex off the guardrail. Justin can't get on the guardrail, but they pull it off through the table onto the outside.
And the blow goat sign's come with it.
I like how it's folded, so it just says ow.
Ow, tis.
Ow, tis indeed.
Oh my God.
We're only 2 matches in.
Justin looking right into the camera. Don't look in the camera. He's not very good at selling, really, is he?
Well, he got into the ring first after taking the superplex, so
Yeah.
no.
Psychology. So now, Mikey Whipwreck wasn't a trained wasn't a trained wrestler. So he was part of the ring crew.
Oh, fuck me.
You don't see that all the time, do you? Someone hitting a chair with another chair. I thought that was an SCU top. I was like,
It's a bit early, isn't it?
I don't know. Daniels is probably.
Oh, it is, because it's the Southern California University. South Carolina University.
Right. Not so Callan.
Not so
Right,
Callan.
okay.
No.
Yeah, so Mikey Whipwreck
Yeah.
was part of the ring crew
Yes.
that set up the ring, and as part of like them setting it up, they just used to let them run around and play wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, apparently Paul Heyman saw something in Mikey Whipwreck and said that he had such he could gather such sympathy when he was pretending to sell. They were like that he might actually have something. And
Paul Heyman's rarely wrong.
yeah.
So
I don't think he held the title, or did he?
TV maybe.
No, I think he had the main belt. He had the tag titles with Mick Foley of all
Wow.
people.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to watch some of that stuff. See, look how small Jason looks.
Yeah, those heels are necessary. Oh, Chastity's having a go now.
Mikey throws her out. I don't think he did.
He doesn't. Oh yeah. She gets the best whippersnapper though, because it comes from the top rope.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So unnecessary.
What is an ECW show without violence against women?
Yeah, and oh God.
Go for a tombstone.
No, that's just Incredible's finisher. Oh my God! Holy shit!
Just Incredible wins thanks to a tombstone onto a chair.
Oh, fucking hell. He was too low. And
also,
went,
he was
fuck
like...
it, I'm going to do it anyway. And his head went.
If you watch it back, his head's like all the way back.
Jesus Christ.
That's how you break a neck.
Oh my God. I can't remember what we were talking about. That's fucking...
Doesn't matter now.
Jesus Christ.
More like Mikey Whip neck, right, guys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, violence against women. I'm trying to think. Shane Douglas is in the main event.
Yes.
So Francine will be with him.
Mm-hmm.
Francine never really took bumps all that often.
There's one other woman on the show that I can remember, and I never remember her first name, only her second name. Because it's McGillicuddy.
Oh, Beulah.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, okay.
She's on the show somewhere. So we got Joey Styles here.
Did he just say Chris Candido?
Yeah.
Is Sonny on this?
Very briefly.
Right,
I don't think she
okay.
has anything, like, no moves are done on her, but she's here. So...
Yeah, the only moves done on her were in the back.
Lawsuit.
Allegedly. That's how you get out of stuff, isn't
exactly.
it? Yeah. So we got Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney. So, this will be Candido. And
Lance Storm.
Yes. Right, if we can both get serious for a minute. Lance Storm's coming. Okay.
So this is for the World Tag Team Championships.
Who's that lady just rummaging through her?
I think she's a camera woman.
She's on the other side of the guardrail, just rummaging through her purse.
I think she's a camera woman.
Okay.
So the story going into this is that Chris Candido and Lance Storm were a Can They Coexist team.
Mm-hmm.
They hate each other, but they won the World Tag Team Championships. So this whole goes into like can they coexist? And I think they're heels going into this as well. So they're just two dickheads who hate each other.
So he's come out and then gone back so he can get his own entrance.
Exactly.
Right, yeah, fair enough.
Candido's gone back to rub it in Storm's face. But I'm not following your music.
You were going to say dressing room. There was no dressing room. This was a CW. It was a broom cupboard at the back with lines racked up on a fucking table.
15 wrestlers just crammed in like sardines. The announcer goes to announce Storm and Candido. He says Storm's name first, and Candido has a problem with that. and he insists that the announcer say his name first.
Oh, it's really awkward because you can't hear anything, can you?
No, that is silence, and the crowd don't give a shit.
He's doing that thing as well where there's like a really small chant and he's going, "What's that? What?" So they're both heels.
I think so. I mean, Rotten and Balls Mahoney aren't heels in this scenario, are they?
No.
Balls Mahoney was never really a heel.
He was just, I'm going to come out and get the shit kicked out of me.
And they're all going to chant my name while they do it.
Come on down!
Huh?
Don't even need the microphone like Joey Styles is there like. Was this a scheduled match anyway?
Yes, so, it's... I think Joey specifically says that it's going on earlier in the card than anticipated because Axel and Balls interrupted Joey and called out Candido and Storm.
Right. Oh, yeah, they're talking about changing the order now,
yeah,
aren't
there
they?
it is. Weird that Joey mentions formats because it's a very TV term. Very pulling the curtain back.
Yeah. I'm a fighting champion and Lance is here with me too.
Balls has talked enough, I think.
There's going to be a lot of pandering on this, isn't there?
What makes you think that?
Is Sandman on this card?
He is.
Okay. I wonder if they've swapped the order because someone's gone backstage and been like, Sandman's passed out. Shit.
Yeah, to be fair, this pay-per-view is the worst shape I've ever seen Sandman in. During his wrestling career, I've seen him on Dark Side of the Ring and he's not in the best of shapes there.
No. Axel Rotten has got the same hair as Luna Vachon.
He has. Wow, I never noticed that. Just tie it back and you're good.
Yeah, that's it.
You got the small fringe and the shaved sides.
Yeah, good. Sorry, good luck at seeing that.
He's got a nicer voice than Luna, I bet.
Yeah. Well,
Luna Vachon sounds like Road Warrior Hawk gargling gravel.
True. You can have that one. Candido, always very shiny.
Yeah.
Distractingly shiny, you might say.
I think at this point, because his trunks are PVC, they are shinier than he is, so it's not quite as distracting.
They're riding a bit high as well.
Yeah.
I think. You know, like women wearing bikinis in like the 90s.
Yeah, you can see like half a cheek.
Yeah, they come up a bit too much. It's kind of like that. Axel Rotten is the most underrated wrestler in ECW, and then Lance Storm comes into the ring. You're like, Great foreshadowing there.
Yeah. Yeah, he really was not appreciated until after his time, was he? In any company, to be fair. He was in the big three at certain points during the Attitude Era, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I know he was in WWE. I wasn't 100% sure if he was in WCW.
We've seen him in WCW.
I was trying to remember.
We've done Americans with Mike Awesome.
We've done so many. Oh, yeah. Of course you'd remember that. We've done so many shows, Jack.
Oh, no, it wasn't the Un-Americans. That was with him and Test and Christian, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was WWE.
It was Team Canada.
With Mike Awesome.
Yeah.
Who's not Canadian.
Don't worry about that. Told you had some shit gimmicks in his time. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay. I don't even know what that was. Mahoney was like holding him up almost like a sort of razor's edge.
Yeah, kind of.
And Axel Rotten just like slaps him on the chest.
It was more like Lashley's Dominator.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
Yeah. That was it. Did he just poke him in the eye?
Maybe.
Just no-sold it.
Is Candido shiny, or is he just by far the most tanned man in that ring?
He is very tanned, isn't he?
Because, like, Lance Storm's not particularly tanned.
Well, no, he's Canadian.
Exactly.
He never sees the sun.
And Mahoney's got a trucker's tan.
So good. He's got his, like, singlet underneath his, like, shorts and stuff.
It's just poking through.
You can see the straps as well.
And now, with every attack, the crowd shout balls.
Yeah. It's the punches that he did.
It gets to a point where it just becomes really fun, and you can't help but get invested. And you might just go, balls, 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 balls. Hope that doesn't get taken out of context.
Yeah, gif that. They always move well for a big man, balls.
Oh, yeah.
Big balls. Oh, that was...
That was poorly timed, wasn't it?
Yeah, just threw himself out of the ring. Catches it. Where's that child gone? What just happened then?
I think Storm went to dive on Balls and Balls moved out of the way.
Oh my
That's fine.
life.
Axel Rotten gets to go now.
I think Balls Mahoney came off worse then, didn't he?
I think he had to.
Took some heels to the face.
Carry some of the weight of Axel on the way around.
Yeah. As good as Candido and Storm were, they're not catching Axel
Yeah,
Rotten.
I wouldn't fancy having Axel Rotten jumping at me to the outside. No, thank you, sir.
They're chanting Axel, aren't
Yes.
they? Yeah.
They're not chanting asshole.
Yeah, I was trying to work it out.
Oh, so like the back of Balls' shirt, it says "Rule Breakers Rule."
Oh, it's so 90s,
It's so
isn't
WCW. It's so ECW.
Yeah. Why did he just yeet him out of the ring?
Get him out of the way, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, most people in ECW all said that their favourite opponent was Lance Storm.
Well, yeah, I can see why. He was really safe, wasn't he?
Yeah, they said he was like light as a feather. Like you could wrestle him like all night. Jesus Christ.
Fair play to Candido getting rotten up for that suplex.
Holding him in a
Holding
vertical suplex. Ridiculous.
Yeah, he was one of those what if stories, wasn't he?
Unfortunately,
Certain affiliations kind of let him down.
there's too many in wrestling. But yeah, Candido is up there.
So
Lots of woos.
yeah, because Axel's chopping Storm and the crowd woo with everyone, and I think they start chanting "Free Ric Flair" at this point. There it is. So I'm honestly not sure of the story.
That guy in the front is just sat there going, Free
Free
Ric
Ric
Flair.
Flair.
Free
Free
Ric-
Ric Flair. Who's Ric Flair?
Who's Ric Flair?
Paid for front row tickets to an ECW show, and he doesn't look bothered.
You know what, I'm going to...
And then the kid next to him's on his fucking phone.
Well, so am I. I'm Googling what Ric Flair was doing in 1998, just for some context. April 98.
Yep, this is May, so yeah.
Flair disappeared from WCW due to a lawsuit filed by Bischoff for no showing a live event. After the case was settled, Flair made a surprise return in September.
Oh,
Okay, so he wasn't suspended. There was a lawsuit against him for no showing.
Is that better, being sued rather than being suspended?
I didn't say it was better. I just said I was wrong. See, 1998, there was no internet.
Not
To
really.
Like, that was all dirt sheets and
Yeah.
things and newsletters you had to read. That was madness.
Meltzer would have still been doing his thing, though.
Whatever his thing is.
It would have been the newsletter, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was weird. Candido, waited on the top rope for a bit.
Yeah. Problem with timing, isn't it? Nothing like the headbutt to the nut spot.
Candido's working really hard in this match.
Yeah, but he wants the win. That's why. Lance Storm isn't that arse, but Candido wants to get the pin in the match.
Yeah, he's the sort of glory. That was... I thought they went for a double atomic drop.
No, it was a double flapjack, and
Just couldn't get him up.
yeah, and Rotten replies with a double DDT. Here come the balls.
The good thing about that balls chant is it can be a hot tag in itself.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to have a good hot tag. He can just come in and punch people and the crowd will get into it.
Yeah. All you need is a ridiculous name.
Hell of a power slam as well.
Yeah.
Really span him
You
round.
would say that the man can move.
Mm.
Hey, Sonny. Slaps balls.
And the crowd are loving it.
Oh, no, I start... Yeah, Balls goes to attack Sonny, but Storm interferes.
Well, the crowd are really chanting for Sunny, aren't they?
This is mid to late 90s. This is when she was at her most popular.
Was it most download? Fucking hell, Hanson. Springboards to the outside like it's nothing.
Most downloaded.
She was most downloaded person in
Around
a year,
that time,
I think.
yeah.
I don't quite know what downloaded person means.
So we're talking in the age of dial-up.
Holy shit! Storm just did a springboards into the ring and goes the entire length of the ring
with a drop kick. Although Candido throws the chair at Storm during the pin and steals the pin from Storm.
Fuck, if he hadn't have hit balls then, he would have cleared the ring, I think.
The man's fucking athletic.
Oh, man.
Going back to Sunny, though. 1998, we are in the age of dial-up internet. And anyone who's seen enough of The Simpsons knows that there's a meme where photos would load line by line.
Yeah.
I think that's what they mean. Like photos of her being downloaded. It's also weird to me timeline-wise because I've mentioned before that I was watching through the Attitude Era. I got to the end of April, early May 1998. I remember Sunny still being there.
Weird.
So I don't know what she's doing here.
They had a working relationship, though, didn't they?
Possibly, but she was working with the Road Warriors at the time.
Yeah. Wasn't that in 2000?
No, it was 98. It might have happened again, but...
And she had the spiky tits?
Might not have got to that point.
All right, okay.
So our second episode, Jack, we watched TNA's first ever show. And there was a random showcase of legends. They've decided to do that here.
Okay.
Junkyard Dog to start us off.
Where's he from? Is he from Georgia?
He's from the south. I'm not sure if it's Georgia. But the crowd go mad for it and they start chanting Junkyard Dog and JYD.
Nice. I wonder if it was like local...
Possibly.
I was trying to hear what he was saying, but I...
But the crowd?
Nah, Styles. What has Junkyard Dog got on his face?
I think he cut himself shaving.
Right?
Dirty Dick Slater is next out.
Yeesh.
Less said about that, the better. In fact, we covered it like an episode or two ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and watch our earlier episodes if you want context on that. I mean, or Google it. I'm not your dad.
Ah.
It's the Masked Superstar, which I wasn't 100% sure who it was. They went by a different name in other promotions.
God, they're really like trying to get the cream of the crop, aren't they? Junkyard Dog, Masked Superstar.
Dick Slater. There's one more, though, who you will know.
Who I will know. I mean, I know all of them, but...
Who you'll know, like, on a level of Junkyard Dog.
Right, okay. From the south?
I think so. We've mentioned their family earlier in this show.
Is it Bob Armstrong?
It's Bullet Bob Armstrong.
Fucking hell. Yeah, fair enough. Comes out. Oh, you didn't know?
I keep forgetting that it's him.
Don't be stealing your son's stuff now. Does a weird lap of the ring and... Stop, you must have shook everyone's hand in the back. What are you doing? Come on now. Does Shane Douglas come out?
No.
Oh.
Someone does come out, though.
Okay.
I mean, no, they don't have a segment like this in ECW without an
That's
interruption.
what I just sort of twigged in my head. I was like, hang on, he's just Shane Douglas is champion. So who the hell's coming out then?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, it was just self-serving.
That's it, but
right.
Now you get Shane Douglas. So they very specifically say at this point that, I'm not sure when it was, it might have been at the last pay-per-view when Douglas faced Al Snow then as well. He has a broken elbow.
I was going to say, he's really injured at this point,
He has a broken elbow. He has a broken cheekbone. And most surprisingly of all, because I don't know how you would do this, the roof of his mouth is cracked. How the hell do you manage that?
I imagine that and the broken cheek would have happened at the same time.
Makes sense.
Oh, yeah, you can cut.
He's like bruised on the one cheek, isn't he? You can just see it.
I don't know if this is a particularly controversial opinion or not. I can't imagine it is. Shane Douglas, best ECW champion they had.
My opinion on that will probably grow as we come to do more episodes. Because I've only seen one Shane Douglas match, and that was with you, and it was against Ric Flair. So...
Is that the only time you've seen him?
Apart from this
Christ.
show, yeah.
Okay, right.
Obviously, I knew the name. I'd just never seen his matches. So Douglas is essentially shooting on the WWE and WCW at this point. He mentions a story where, I don't remember this, but apparently Shawn Michaels handed Douglas the IC title.
Yeah, because he didn't want to drop it to him, yeah.
So he claimed he had an injury, and Shane Douglas is calling him a pussy for doing so. And he emphasises that he's wrestling with all this shit going on, the elbow and the cheekbone and the broken palate.
Ooh, they don't like that, do they? Do you remember when I said the whole him and Ric Flair thing went back a long time?
Yeah, I didn't believe you, but this has just proved it. I think Douglas is the heel and Snow is the face going into this.
Right.
So it makes sense he would call out Flair.
You're allowed to blink, Shane.
No, it's more intense.
Have you ever seen the really famous Shane Douglas promo that basically births ECW?
I think you've shown it to me,
Oh, man, it's so good. So it was Eastern Championship Wrestling, and then he wins it, and then during his promo, they break off the affiliation with the NWO, and he declares, I am not the Eastern Championship. I'm not the Eastern Championship Wrestling champion. I'm the Extreme Championship, and it's so good.
So
Such
Shane Douglas has been interrupted. I don't know ECW music that well.
It's Taz.
I know they changed a lot of it.
Taz.
It's Taz.
Oh, God. Imagine, right, not knowing this side of Taz and just knowing him as a commentator.
That'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Because he was the man. Like, he was their man. And you want to speak about people playing big on TV.
Taz is, what, 5'8"?
Yeah, he's maybe a bit shorter than that. It's crazy to me that he was, like, their guy, like, their main attraction, went over to WWE and just instantly did nothing. It was...
And what's most annoying is his first match in the company.
Triple H. No, Kurt Angle.
He broke Kurt Angle's winning streak.
Yeah. At Madison Square Garden.
How do you go from that to nothing?
So I think Taz declaring himself the uncrowned champion, I think this is a storyline that's leading to the birth of the FTW title.
Okay.
Because that was always his catchphrase, like it's on his top.
Yeah.
It's on his wrist tape, you can see. Like, I think this is leading up to him introducing that title. And then in ECW, I think only 2 people held it.
Really?
I think it was him and Sabu.
Okay. So Taz is demanding that Shane hand the belt to him because obviously he's not fit to compete.
Mm-hmm.
And Taz is. But Douglas won't have anything to do with that. And then Taz starts attacking Douglas. And it's interesting because I'm not sure what submission that is of Taz's, but Douglas taps out immediately.
Yeah, it was like this weird Taz mission, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He kind of puts his head under his arm.
It was like a standing version of Pac's finisher.
The Brutalizer.
Brutalizer, that was it. It was like a standing version of that. And while Taz is being escorted out, we have another interruption.
Oh, yes. You didn't tell me Bam Bam was on this card.
You asked me not to tell you who New Jack's opponent was.
Is he fighting New Jack?
Yeah.
Oh. Yes.
We got Bam Bam versus New Jack.
Yes, please.
And it's a New Jack match down to a T as well. Yeah, Bam Bam's attacking Taz. Taz runs for his life, pretty much.
Those two had some amazing matches.
I bet they did.
There's a couple of really famous ones. It's in the intro of whenever you watch ECW where Taz is on Bam Bam's back and he's got him in the choke and Bam Bam jumps back and they go through the ring. And they do it again where they go through the stage. Like, just fully go through the ramp. Oh, that's so good.
So yeah, Taz has had enough, and I think Bam Bam stays in the ring. Because his match is up next. So Douglas has just been joined by Candido, because part of the Triple Threat, I think they were called.
Mm-hmm.
Shane's face is a mess. Like, he's bleeding from his mouth, so I don't know how that's come about, but...
Broken palate, maybe.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, that is not pretty.
They're shoving Taz in the car.
Yeah. What do you think Taz is going to do when he's in the car?
He's going to break the windows, isn't he? He's going to break the windows.
Hell yeah, he does.
Well, he broke a window. He's knocked the entire window frame out, though.
Those first few kicks, I thought he was going to knock the door open as well.
What if he Goldberged himself on his leg?
Yeah, he might have done. No, he's wearing jeans.
Because this is
He's
ECW.
fine.
That was real glass Crimea River.
Of course. You say... Such
Wasn't that on Hook?
Yeah.
That's where he got it from.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, Jack Perry's a bigger student of the game than we thought.
Coincidences are fucking weird, aren't they?
Don't say cracked palate when Francine's in the ring.
Behave yourself.
Well, they used to chant crack whore at her. That was the thing.
And they're chanting, "You tapped out at Douglas." I don't think he cares right now. Yeah, that is genuine pain.
Yeah,
on his
he's
face,
a
you can tell.
mess, isn't he?
And he's in the main event tonight. Bam Bam's just here, like, okay, what now?
This is what I mean about ECW. Like, there's angles happening while other angles are happening, and it's like, oh
They're
my.
all interwoven like Game of Thrones.
It's not New Jack's theme. It's that weird WWE like licensed theme.
This is why I said I wasn't too familiar with ECW themes, because they have to change a few.
Yeah.
Particularly if Sandman's on the card, Jack.
Oh,
Yeah. Back with that weird fucking high-pitched synth riff that plays the entire time.
yeah. New Jack's theme always did play for the entire match.
I'm gonna feel weird, like, going into a New Jack match with you and comfortably knowing this will be the mildest New Jack match we covered. Because the other was Vic Grimes.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, the Danbury 4, wasn't it?
Yeah. Only other New Jack match we covered so far.
Yeah, we need to give at least that long between them to...
To let it sink in what we've watched, yeah.
I mean, my guess is he goes through a table. Him and Bam Bam go through a table. Well, New Jack's coming off the balcony regardless. I don't think Bam Bam's coming off a balcony.
No.
But I bet there's a table involved.
I ain't saying nothing. Just got to sit back and enjoy. Because it's always carnage.
Such a weird gimmick, isn't it, to have a song playing like throughout your match?
Well, it's been adopted by a certain someone in AEW. So, Moxley. Whenever you have Anarchy in the arena.
Is it?
I was there live, Jack. That music was playing the entire time.
Fair enough. It just seems a bit one-sided to have like just. Was he gonna smack the god? Yep.
Yeah,
okay,
he is.
Fine.
Smacks a hockey stick onto a Godzilla statue onto Bam Bam's nuts.
Yeah, it just seems a bit like one-sided. Like having someone's theme play for the entire match was basically just saying this match is all about this person. such a lazy chair shot. Just goes, fuck off.
Don't want to piss off New Jack. I'd do the same thing.
Well, is that the way that kid sat? Oh no, it's
No.
not, is it? That's where the board man sat. They're like, you're gonna have to move. Nah.
All right, New Jack coming.
Bam Bam's literally gonna come flying at you in a minute. Don't care. He's probably bigger than Bam Bam. To be fair.
And the security trying to restore order, but this is an ECW show, man.
You said you don't want to piss New Jack off. I think there's few people on the planet that could get away with it, and I would imagine Bam Bam was probably one of them.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's mad to me watching this. Bam Bam Bigelow is like in a hardcore match in ECW in like a... It's not bingo hall, is it? It's like a civic hall.
It's a civic centre, yeah.
That man main evented WrestleMania.
And if my timelines are correct, that was roughly 3 years before this.
That's craziness. Absolute craziness, isn't it? Look, everyone else that's main evented WrestleMania.
Go on.
I was just watching him throw those chairs because, like, the point of the chairs was just going in.
Well, he was just throwing chairs, like maybe a dozen chairs, just onto New Jack with reckless abandon as to where they would land or what position they were in.
No, he's looking up at the balcony, isn't he?
Yeah, you know it's coming. It's a New Jack match.
Yeah. People that have main evented WrestleMania, once you get to that point, you kind of stay at that point, or you hit that point again. Like
there are definitely exceptions to that rule, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, like Miz jumps to mind.
That was my first example I thought of.
But still in WWE.
Yeah.
Is he holding a title at the minute? Or he's
just lost the tag title.
That's what I mean. Like he's still at a level where he's a very valuable player in that world. Bam Bam.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not discrediting ECW because I love ECW, but fighting New Jack in a fucking bingo hall isn't main eventing WrestleMania.
That is quite a fall from grace.
Yeah, it's crazy to me.
However, I think if we look at the card which had Bam Bam headlining, I think there were better cards on that match that probably were more worthy of the main event. I think it was the fact that it was Terry Taylor, wasn't it?
Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence
Taylor. He was a basketball player, wasn't he?
Oh.
Which makes it even crazier that they trusted him with a celebrity.
Yeah.
In the main event. They must have thought that highly of him and gone, right, you've done your job now.
I'm honestly, in my mind, I'm trying to think of previous main eventers and where they've been since. Sid might be the only example of someone I can think of.
Terry Taylor
had main
evented WrestleMania. The red fucking rooster.
I won't lie. I forgot who Terry Taylor was for a second. We've seen a Terry Taylor match.
Yeah. He was in that scaffold match.
Yeah.
With, Stone Cold.
How could I forget?
With Steve Austin.
PN News.
Yep. And Beautiful Bobby. That's where Beautiful Bobby just goes, fuck it, I'm ending this match. And fucking get this flag. Okay, New Jack's coming off.
With a guitar. What a stupid way to fall off a balcony.
Did that hit him in the head?
Yeah. And Jack landed on his feet from the balcony.
Did he hit himself with the guitar?
No, he hit Bam Bam on the head with the guitar.
It looked like it bounced back.
It might have done.
He used to jump up, like land on his feet when he did stuff.
That's ridiculous. I can understand jumping off a balcony, but on your feet, that's one way to snap your shin bone.
Yeah.
That's how you Sid yourself. Although with Sid, it was like a 3-foot drop.
Yeah, Sid main eventing.
Yeah,
like a WrestleMania. That's on him.
Yeah,
because he didn't like wrestling, but everywhere he went, because he looked the way he did, people were like, "This guy, this guy," but he just wasn't interested in it.
Which you got to respect to a certain extent. I think there's a lot of money in wrestling, so to turn that down, but just because you're not into it.
Well, he famously wanted just to play softball instead, didn't he? So hang on, New Jack came off a balcony. Hit Bam Bam in the head with a guitar, and yet Bam Bam is carrying him to the ring.
Yeah.
Is he out?
He could be out.
I don't think New Jack's conscious.
Which is weird because he landed on his feet. Maybe the guitar did bounce like you said.
Yeah, maybe.
But I didn't see it.
Because it's all well and good hitting someone with like a gimmick guitar or whatever, but like, I play guitar. The necks of guitars are fucking hard. Like if that comes right and hits you in the head.
But the body itself... I guess that's easy enough to gimmick.
Yeah. New Jack doesn't know where he is, does he? Oh yeah, you can tell because his head was nowhere near the floor. Bam Bam had to guide him through that.
That'll do it. Bam Bam wins though, with the greetings from Asbury Park, I think it was called.
Yeah. Because that's supposed to be a pile driver. It looked more like a sort of weird gut buster, didn't he? Because he held his head quite high, so he was obviously realised something was wrong and tried to protect him. Madness.
So we're not halfway through this pay-per-view. There's only 3 matches left. You're going to be excited with all of them.
Right, okay. Are Tommy Dreamer and Raven on this card?
Raven is not on this card, which is frustrating, I'll grant you. Joel Gertner's on there, though. His neck made of sugar cubes.
He's
He's always wearing a neck brace.
It was just his thing.
You see who's flanking him, though?
It's the Dudley Boys.
It's the Dudley Boys.
The Dudley Boys.
I think we're past that point.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing.
Well, that music sounds oddly familiar, wouldn't you say?
Oh, it's Sandman,
It's
isn't
Sandman. With the music that sounds vaguely like Enter Sandman.
Yeah, it was when it kicked in then I was like, oh, I know who this is. Oh, he's coming out from the...
I don't think there's an entrance up there for him to exploit, that's why.
Axel and Balls came in through the crowd.
They were on the balcony.
Oh,
with Joey.
right, yeah, they were, weren't they?
So Sandman out with a beer and a cigarette.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean about...
He's not on this planet, is he? Look at him.
I mean, like, the shape of him as well. Like, he's not in shape.
Oh, that's just standard.
But if you think about him when he was in WWE during that time, he was in decent shape.
Well, yeah. You're going to be on WWE TV. They're going to make you.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's the Dudleys versus Sandman and Dreamer. Sounds good on paper, doesn't it?
Oh, don't say that.
It is pretty good.
I can't tell if Sandman's trying to hide the fact he's gurning or not. It's just... Oh, yeah. This is... Fucking Tommy Dreamer's like, just fucking hurry up, would you? God, yeah, he looks like he's miles away.
Away with the fairies,
Yes.
some would say.
Yes.
To be honest, I didn't even think that was a possibility. I'm just so used to seeing Sandman like this.
No, he's not as animated as he normally is.
Doesn't miss with the beer, though. Every drop in his mouth.
He is having trouble, that's right, Joey Styles. Bubba just stood there, just yelling at him.
That's what their thing was in ECW, though. They would just yell at people.
They used to start riots.
Oh, I know.
Like, yeah, they were great.
I've seen the clip of them and Heyman having a go at one fan. I'm not quite sure what the fan was doing.
I know the clip you mean.
But Heyman goes, "Here's double your money back. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah, I can't remember. They did something.
I think
was
it
a
was a
10 bell
wrestler
salute or something?
Yes, that's what it was. And it was for a wrestler that had passed.
Mm.
So Sandman's done the beer thing, and Tommy Dreamer's head's bleeding. How'd that happen?
He's hardcore. He's hardcore. He's hardcore. That's why.
Oh, there's Beulah rubbing her cans together. That was very deliberate, wasn't it?
Yeah. I might be wrong, but I think her and Tommy Dreamer are married.
I'm
IRL.
Not sure.
God, Sandman is like hiding his gurn. Like, he's doing that. There. Yes.
Pours a beer into a fan's mouth, though. That'll do.
Right, get in the ring now, man. Come on. Is he selling something?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He looks like he just looks like he's insane.
He's walking like I do when I slept funny.
So do you notice the third Dudley boy?
Yes.
You know who that is.
Big Dick Dudley.
Madness. Going into this, I was like, who the fuck is that? And then Joey said his name. I was like, excuse me, Joey? Did you say Big Dick Dudley?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Out of everybody in that ring right now, one of them is like still fairly active. And if you made me pick, it wouldn't be the one that it is.
You think?
Yeah. Actually, I tell a lie. Because it's Bully, it's Bubba that's still sort of active.
I thought Tommy was still doing stuff in TNA.
I remembered as I was saying it, yeah.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Sandman, looking at him here, you'd have a hard time convincing me he's not active by the next pay-per-view.
To be honest, I'd be surprised he was still alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's mad that he is. I mean, I don't think he's active in wrestling in any capacity.
No.
Well, they couldn't get that big dick over the ring, could they?
No. It's the thing with big dicks. Hard to manoeuvre.
Yeah, can't get him over the top.
Can't live with them. Can't get them over the top, Rob. Sounded northern then. What was that? The top rope.
Get over top, you big dick. Get your dick over the... Right, let's stop this right now.
Bubba, Go grab Big Dick, put him over top rope.
Fucking Bully just goes charging into the...
Will bleed for food, that sign says.
And it's red.
That'll do.
Nice. What the fuck is Sandman doing?
Just yeets a table at Bubba's head.
Holding it in the stupidest way possible. Lengthways. What the fuck? He's doing it again! Oh, this is not going to be good, is it? Oh my fucking life.
So Dreamer is holding a chair over Bubba and Devon, who are leant over the guardrail, and then Sandman does a leg drop onto the chairs.
It can only be described as a flying leg.
He's got one leg up, hasn't
Yeah.
he?
It's like RVD used to do it. That exact thing.
Wouldn't he spin though?
Yeah,
on the way round?
he'd do a 360 and do it when someone would be draped over the barrier. It's like they've gone in the back. Like RVD's gone to Sandman. I bet you can't do my leg lariat, and he's gone.
Fuck you! Yes, I can.
Fucking what's wrong with fucking going and do it? He's gonna go. Yeah, sound. And they're all in the back going, dickhead. Oh, he's just got some of the barrier.
Yeah, the guardrail just thrown into the ring. Mind you, the Dudleys loved to use that as well, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's going to do a... Oh, I thought he was going to do a... What's it called? A front flip.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Senton.
Yeah, springboard senton.
Yeah, Guerrero's move.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
But no, just a leg drop.
Oh, there is no give in that guardrail, is there?
No.
Devon just went flying.
When Devon hit it, it just slid upwards. So now we see a tried and tested staple of tag team wrestling.
Is Sandman selling a neck injury?
Yes. Well, I don't know if it's a legitimate neck injury, but he's about to get stretchered out.
Just back body drops him, lands like 1 foot from the paramedics.
And Dreamer kicks Sandman towards the edge of the ring even further. Yeah, the one problem with this is that Sandman wouldn't do this. He'd carry on if it killed him.
He'll come back out in glorious form, though.
Mm-hmm. I've just imagined the doctor. Mr. Man, have you taken any drugs today? How long have you got?
We need to put you under.
I'm already there, mate.
Already am.
Just take it out.
Monday night nap. I'm trying to remember the Sandman's real name now.
Not a clue.
I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a bloody look.
The crowd wants something. Can't make it out.
Listening closures if it's going to make a difference. It's in my fucking headphones, isn't it?
I'm amazed that when you looked up the Sandman, the wrestler came up first.
Ridiculous.
I can't lie.
Phones listen to you, though, don't they? 2 years ago, he made an appearance.
What was that? Phones listen to you. Stuff listens to you, yeah?
ICW. James Fullington.
I like Sandman more.
Yeah.
Phones listen to you, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Alexa, play Enter Sandman by Metallica. You got to give the people what they want, right?
Oh, yeah. Now play it for the entire duration of this song, of this match. Yeah, Joel Gertner is loving it with his
and he is
hairy
wobbling
chest.
around at ringside. So yeah, Dreamer's left to deal with the Dudleys on his own.
Bubba has stayed the same shape his entire career.
Does it make him any less cool?
No. Devon's just got bigger and then... Don't throw the cocaine at him! What was that?
It's that sign he's got on a stick, and that made a hell of a noise off of Dreamer's head.
Yeah, Jesus.
Did they ever have a name for that move? That, like, almost reverse 3D, where it's a back body drop it into a neck breaker?
I think they did.
Because when Styles called it just then, he just called it by its name.
Yeah,
But
Hangman's neck breaker.
Yeah, it didn't have a tag team name.
Was it the Dudley Death Device?
Maybe. But then they had that move that, as far as I know, is just called the Waza.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that was what that was.
Yeah, maybe. They're going to concerto him.
Yep.
Well, Bubba is.
Well, you say
I
that.
don't know what Devon did.
You say that. The chairs were nowhere near Tommy's head.
No, they
It
weren't.
was very obvious. Formed a little teepee just above Tommy's head.
Would you just stop the damn match?
That's not how ECW
We just
works,
saw
Joey.
Bam Bam carry an unconscious New Jack into the ring and pile drive him. Oh my God. Spike just landed on his head.
Yeah, he spiked himself, if you will.
Yeah.
Spike turning on the Dudleys. I never remember Spike turning on the Dudleys.
Yeah, he tried to do like a front drop kick on the Dudleys holding the rail, but because the Dudleys are massive, he just bounced off it.
It landed on his head.
I like the way Bubba just holds him there as well. He's like, I don't want to land there. Let's go there.
What was the name of that move?
Acid drop.
That was it, because I always confuse it with the sliced bread.
Right,
Because they're so similar in the way they start up. Oh, you fucked up, Spike. That is not a fun place to be.
No.
In between both Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer coming down on you. No, thank you. But Spike was never afraid of a bump or two, was he?
Was it Kane
I think it was Taker.
that, like...
Powerbombed him to the outside.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's just fucking horrendous, isn't it?
Now, if I was to use the word Devon and selling, what do you associate that with? I
like
always
he's been
associate
electrocuted.
with doing the electrocution selling. And if you'll notice, Devon is in the Tree of Woe with a chair pressed against his face.
Oh, what the...
And Spike Dudley drop kicks the chair, and Devon immediately just starts twitching.
Yeah, why does he do that?
It's to simulate a head injury, I guess. But I will say, no one has ever done it as effectively as Bryan Danielson. Do you remember the incident I'm talking about?
No, I would argue Kyle O'Reilly as well did it to the point where everyone thought it was real because he's diabetic.
Right.
And everyone was just like, what the fuck? And he was like, no, I'm selling. And they were like, oh shit, well stop being so fucking good at your job.
But with Danielson, they kept it going.
Ooh, that low blow didn't look pulled at all.
From Bueller to whoever the fuck that is. I don't even know who that is. One of the ones that accompanied the Dudleys.
Sign Guy Dudley.
Sign Guy Dudley. Okay, let's go with that.
Do you think I'm making it up?
No.
Sorry, Big Dick Dudley is more believable than Sign Guy Dudley.
I did not say Big Dick Dudley was believable at all. And then Sandman's back, a neck brace. So him and Joel can chat about that later. But Sandman is twatting both Dudleys with his Singapore cane.
Jesus Christ, that chair shot.
Double DDT. And a double pin.
What is Dreamer doing?
Selling, I guess. He must be very tired.
Yeah.
He's had to carry 10 minutes of this match by himself.
True. Some more knockoff music. That's Dreamer's music, that is.
I wouldn't be able to tell you what Dreamer's music actually was.
Man in the Box by Alice in Chains.
Oh, what a banger.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can't license
you
that
can
either.
hear it now, can't you? That?
Yeah.
I'm not going to sing it, because, you know.
Alice in Chains, you ain't.
I'm no Lane Staley, no.
Who's got a voice like him, though? He's very unique.
Yeah.
Now, this is interesting in terms of the way it's booked.
Okay. There's a sign that just says, stop fighting.
So we've got a backstage promo
no,
here.
I've just remembered.
With Bill Alfonso.
Alfonso's in both of their corners, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, right, fair enough.
This was the wildest promo. Because Bill's there stood next to Sabu. And he goes, I'm here in Sabu's corner. And then he blows his whistle, holds the ECW TV title right up to the camera.
Yeah, his top says Sabu.
Yeah, and then when he pulls it away again, Sabu's gone and RVD's next to him. And he's like, actually, I'm in RVD's corner. I'm going to be in both corners and all that shit.
Yeah,
And all I could think was, and I'm breaking cardinal sin of this podcast because we keep fucking doing it, Jack. All I thought of was, I'm playing both sides, so I always come out on top.
Yeah. If you're playing both sides, don't tell
us you're playing both sides.
So what should I do? I don't give a shit.
Announcer messes up. Says the match is for the tag team championships. And the ref goes to him and says, fucking tag team. it's for the television championship.
And it just goes,
Yep.
Sabu going to run out and slide in the ring. Okay.
But he is accompanied by Bill Alfonso.
Sabu just gets scared of him. Sabu in ECW was something else. Like no one was doing what he was doing.
Nope. Incredibly unique, and still is.
Yeah. Oh, he's switching it up because he's doing the RVD thing now.
Yeah. Although he does it way faster throughout this match. Yeah, he does it like that, like Bill Alfonso's doing it now. Rather than Rob Van Dam. It's a bit goofy.
What is this theme he's coming out to?
It's not the whole effing show. I know that for sure.
It's supposed to be Walk by Pantera.
Is that what is ECW?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, no, right?
Yeah, I'd rather have that, 100%. Really bold during this time in wrestling history to call someone Mr. Monday Night. But Rob Van Dam was special.
Yeah, really special athlete.
I can't remember if I've mentioned to you on the podcast before. I think I might have done. But I had a DVD that came with SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
Right.
And it showed a load of old profiles of wrestlers and what they did before they were into wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And with Rob Van Dam, he said that he got suspended from school because he backflipped off the roof.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to remember with the nameplates if it says that both of them are with Bill Alfonso.
I was just checking, yeah.
I don't remember. Sabu's just said it, but will RVD's say it?
The way Sabu starts his matches, I always really liked it. Because he just dives forwards at the person.
Oh, yeah.
Just on the floor, just goes for their leg.
But the way this is booked is that because they're supposedly friends, that's not really going to happen.
What are they chanting? Rocky, it sounds like.
I think it's RVD, but it just sounds out of time.
Oh, okay. Look at that, man. Just casually puts his leg up on the top rope.
Yeah, Sabu's incredible, isn't he?
There we go. Every time. I love it. God, that was a sign of the times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen these two wrestle, you've read about it in magazines and newsletters.
Yeah, but even then, like, this is like early on in both of their careers, so they were still fresh names, and they're legends now, 26 years later.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time training together when they first came in.
Yeah.
Because RVD was trained by the original Sheik as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure if who got who into ECW either. Because, I mean, Sabu you'd really want in ECW. If you heard anything about what he was doing in FMW, you would have gone, yeah, that's the guy. Also, you could argue the same for Rob Van Dam. All you'd have to do is look at him and what he can do and go, yeah, that guy.
Just watch him sort of limber up for a couple of minutes, and that's all you need.
Like, just such an athlete.
And at his size especially as well.
Yeah.
Like, how many, 230-pounders can do the stuff that he does?
Oh, Rob's got a microphone. That's good.
Yeah, so this is Rob saying, we're best friends. What are you talking about? We're going to have a nice match, and, this is it.
Listening to Rob cut a promo. It's Matt Riddle before Matt Riddle was a thing, isn't it?
Just a bit.
Yeah. Look here, bro. And they're just massive stoners that could kick your ass in real life.
Yeah.
The ref's like, don't you raise his arm, that's my job. I get one job in this match. What did Rob Van Dam think was about to happen there?
I think Sabu was going to attack the referee. That's what RVD wanted to happen. But Sabu wants the TV title.
Oh, that was a bit far away from that leg lariat, wasn't it?
It hit, though. It's a springboard senton leg drop.
Yeah, that was a Sabu special, that was.
He was just known for jumping on you, wasn't he?
One thing I always really liked about Sabu matches is he beelines for people.
Yeah.
So if someone goes outside the ring, he doesn't like take his time. He just goes. Like he just doesn't stop at any point.
Well, yeah,
It just makes him really scary.
that adds to the whole idea that it's a fight.
Yeah.
You don't go wasting time. Probably why most Sabu matches are really short. Like the one we watched at the FMW show for an episode, it was like 2 minutes. Because Sabu was just running around and jumping at his opponent.
He had a match for WCW against, I want to say, Alex Wright.
Right.
And it was about, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Alex Wright. And it was about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was just like, yeah, classic ECW, isn't it? It's just Sabu. I think he won it and then it got reversed because he put Alex Wright through a table, I think.
Okay.
So the reign that RVD is having now with the TV title, I think this is the really historic reign he had, where he had it for 2 years and it ended really crappily. Because he busted his ankle and had to drop it.
Yeah, it happened around the time of Living Dangerously, didn't it? Because I remember when we covered it, he was there in the boot.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't get to see out the end of ECW, really.
It absolutely was, actually, because Living Dangerously was the end of the tournament to decide the new champion, because it was vacant.
It was Rhino.
It was super crazy.
It was, yeah.
So yeah, this must have been near the start of the reign then.
Yeah, it must be. But yeah, he was their MVP.
Can't imagine why.
Right, yeah, Van Damme. And to not see out the end and just have
it fall through due to injury.
Yeah, a reign like that just completely fucking limp to the finish line. It was just Sabu just no-selling kicks to the head.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing I like in this match is both competitors attack each other's legs.
Oh my God. What was that?
Springboard leg drop. You gotta call a spade a spade. That's what that was. But no, both RVD and Sabu attack each other's legs because they know that it's the bread and butter of both of their offenses.
Mm-hmm.
Like Sabu can't stand on chairs and then ropes and then jump at you through a table if his legs don't work, and RVD can't frog splash you if his legs don't work. Although, I think during this match, it's pointed out that the frog splash wasn't his finisher.
No.
At this point. Which, as someone who's only familiar really with his work in WWE, that's insane to me.
Yeah, I think it was a WWE thing where they said, yeah, use that as your finisher.
Yep.
Because it's a very pretty move.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Styles and the phenomenal forearm.
Oh, yeah, of
that was
course.
never a finisher in TNA.
Well, they were a lot more wary of the Styles clash, that's why.
Yeah, because he's got Styles Clash, Calf Crusher.
Yep.
Was it called the Calf Killer?
Not in WWE.
Oh, that might be New Japan.
They wouldn't have made reference to death in their moves.
You never see someone reversing a leg lock like that. Sabu just rolls over and punches him in the ass.
You see Rob Van Dam's ass, that would do nothing.
I know. Fuck me! It's like punching granite.
Yeah. Like punching a basketball.
You goddamn flexible ass. Oh God! So Sabu looked like he was about to. I know you're carrying this table. I'm gonna fucking jump. Oh, he is. Oh, yeah, he does. There he is. There you
Knocks
go.
the table down in the process as well.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Is he getting the fans to push the back?
Yeah, he's asking them to rather than doing
He's
it
like,
himself.
fucking come on, earn your money.
Now, let me tell you something.
Mean Gene.
Brother. If there's one match on this card where you want the tables to behave themselves, it's this one, right?
Oh God! Don't tell me they don't play ball. Oh no!
They don't
He's
play
doing
ball.
a triple jump
Yep.
thing.
They don't play ball.
Oh my!
Multiple times.
What the fuck was that?
So RVD went to move off the table and goes into the crowd behind the barrier. Sabu spots it and goes, right, fuck this. Jumps onto the barrier, over the table.
Like a fucking ninja.
And then falls onto RVD.
See the way he jumped off the chair as well? He was balancing on one leg on the rope. Oh my God.
Yeah, there's multiple table spots in this match. Don't think any of them play ball. Not once. It's like that Rey Mysterio Eddie Guerrero match in ladders.
Yeah. Oh, the crowd don't really know what to think, do they? They've gone really quiet. Or is that just the audio?
I just think they're not used to a Sabu match lasting this long.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He had some good matches. But yeah, traditionally
They'd be over by now.
Yeah.
And then Bill Alfonso with that fucking whistle.
Yep. He knew what he was doing. It's like Jimmy Hart and the megaphone.
Melina and her own voice.
Yeah. Oh, that guy that couldn't be asked stood up and he's smiling now.
Because the action came to him.
Oh, you came here for Sabu.
That is a way manlier voice than I would have given him.
Yeah. You know, they just did an old Laurel and Hardy sketch there,
Yeah.
with the ladder.
Yeah.
But he just did it with Sabu in the crowd.
And the crowd did like, whoa!
Oh, fucking block the camera shot, Bill.
You gotta know where your camera is, Bill.
Oh, he was supposed to be holding the chair for the move that Sandman tried to do.
And he moved out
Yeah.
of the way. And I'll be just like, get the fuck out of here. Watch your heads, lads. Sabu's legs coming around.
Did one of them try and push him up?
I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about RVD being just a freak athlete. Just jumps up onto a guardrail and just stands there going, yeah, what?
I don't know if we'll ever see anyone like him again. Like, the nearest you have is Ospreay, but it's a completely different style. But even then, Ospreay was smaller when he started out. He was like 200 pounds when he started, and he's like 240 now. And managed to keep most of his moveset.
I'm trying to think of someone RVD-esque, because it's quite martial arty as well.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the athleticism and
Yeah.
the theatrics of it all. Like, he can do, for lack of a better term, the Van Damme split.
Oh my god. Oh. His fucking chin just bounced off the...
Not only that, he kicked a fan in the head on the way round. So he does, I think it's a Fosbury flop. Is that what it is?
What?
That move.
An Asai moonsault.
Oh, it's an Asai moonsault,
Yeah,
excuse
yeah.
me. Does that onto the outside while RVD's on the guardrail. And it's nasty as fuck.
Yeah, Sabu barely makes it over, but
he still manages to kick a fan in the head on the way round.
Of course he does. Gotta give the people what they want. Was that the guy with the will bleed for food? Just hands him a sandwich or something now. There you go. Sorry, I've knocked out all the teeth you need to eat that.
What do we want? Sabu's foot in my face.
Okay.
Insane.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to draw comparisons between like RVD and Matt Riddle. Because I know they had the whole stoner
it's just
thing
weed.
going, but Riddle did some high flying stuff. He used to do like twisting senton
Yeah.
stuff. It was a bit obviously very martial arts heavy.
I'd say the only other thing is that they
Oh god, fucking hell!
for moonsault RVD moves. Yeah, the only other comparison I could think is that both of them probably would have had world championship runs that lasted a little while, unless they hadn't fucked it up for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
With weed. Well, Matt Riddle's wasn't weed. It was partly weed.
Yeah.
Some of it was attitude. If you piss off Goldberg, you're not in a good spot.
He pissed off
Goldberg,
3 people
Lesnar.
that you didn't want to piss off, and Reigns.
Orton as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 3 people. Not just because they'd kick the shit out of you, which they would,
Yeah.
but like their political pull in backstage as well. Like Reigns, Lesnar, and Goldberg. What are you doing?
I heard an interesting story actually about Roman Reigns that really put him in a good light in my mind, because I've never been much of a fan of the old school mentality of like ribbing new wrestlers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Aleister Black, when he first joined the main roster, he was ordered, as was tradition at the time, he was ordered to clean the locker room apparently that was a thing in WWE where if you were the new wrestler on the roster, you cleaned the locker room.
Right.
And I think after a couple of weeks of Alistair doing it, Roman pulled him aside and said, "You've been doing this stuff longer than we have. You don't need to clean the locker room anymore because you're better than that." So he used his power for good, shall we say?
Good. Always like Roman. I mean, there's talk at the minute of him being like one of the greatest of all time.
He's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation, but the greatest of all time. He's had one of the greatest runs of all time as the tribal chief.
My only... this could be a help or a hindrance in the longevity of his career will really play into it, I think. Like, if he retired now, I think he's in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
If he keeps going, like, his health might deteriorate to the point where he can't quite go anymore. Also, like, it's the Joker line. Like, you die a hero, we'll live long enough to become a villain.
Oh my God!
Fucking hell! A Sai moonsault while RVD was draped over the second rope.
Yeah, it was the Jacob Fatu moonsault, wasn't it? No, that's a lie. Jacob does the Sabu moonsault.
Yeah. Another table position between the apron and the guardrail. Bill Alfonso's making sure it stays fucking put.
Chair between the eyes. It was in the back of the head.
You got to exaggerate a bit, right?
Oh God! Did he landed on? Is it? Oh, this. What?
He's doing it again.
Oh my God! That
was disappointing, right?
Shit.
Yeah.
It's like RVD stood up and then Sabu went from the chair to the ropes and stopped and looked at him and went, huh?
DDT it is.
What? You're supposed to be on the floor.
Yeah, didn't work. And the table's busted anyway, so that's useless.
Oh, look at it. It's broken.
So Sabu's put another table into the ring.
Kind of.
Already broken.
Yeah. I don't know if it is the audio or not, that's making the crowd seem like they're not into it. Because if you look at them, they're properly doing RVD chants.
Most of them are stood up.
What aim, Joey Styles
Have you just realised that
oh my God.
This works out better than you think it would.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So Sabu does a Hurricane Runner from the top rope, and because the table he's brought into the ring is already broken, it's like angled. So you think, that's not gonna be pretty, but it just flattens under RVD's weight, luckily.
Oh, and he's being sick. That's good.
Sabu just puking at the side of the ring.
Just being sick outside the ring, that's fine. And then just lies in it. That's brilliant.
Well, he might not be finished.
Yeah. That old bloke sat down again, just going.
Oh, I came to the wrong show.
Oh, he is doing something horrible because the camera's cut off him, isn't it?
Yeah.
And everybody's looking.
Keeps going though.
Oh
yeah, it's all over the floor.
Look at all that.
I didn't notice that on my first watch.
Over here.
Oh, it's on his knees. It's on Sabu's fucking knee.
I bet that happens more than you'd think.
Probably. Look at his fucking knee, man. No one likes a sicky knee.
Oh, that was shit.
Yeah, went to do a toss to Sabu while under the ropes, and he just doesn't come up for it.
Just didn't.
I mean, he just sits down. That's all that happens.
Fucking leg dropped the chair right into his face.
Yep. You wanted extreme, you fucking got it.
Yeah, I bet because it's such a physical sport, like being sick is a symptom of like overexertion, isn't it?
Yeah, it makes sense.
And especially in a match like this, I'd like to think it's that, and it's not concussion or chair shots or something.
I mean, a Sabu match, I'm willing to bet it's probably a concussion.
Yeah, it's 6-1,
Yeah. Come here, Sickie. Have a kick in the head.
Oh. He didn't even sell it either. He just crumbled.
Folded like a fucking accordion.
Oh, did he fall on the corner?
Yeah. He's
my
split over the fucking corner of the guardrail.
Oh, shit.
Don't throw the chair. Oh, there you go. He threw the chair.
Oh, don't do that move again. You were sick last time. I've just been sick. What do I do? Backflip.
Hurricane Rana.
Oh, is that his sick there? Is
No,
it?
I think that's
No,
a
it's
beer.
it's a beer.
I think that's beer.
Yeah, there's stories of wrestlers pooing in the ring, isn't there?
Well, CM Punk has famously pooed in the ring.
CM Punk, I think Cena has as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think more people have probably done it than they care to admit.
Well, I think it's the painkillers they're on. I think it loosens your bowels a bit.
Yeah, that with the overexertion and
Yeah.
the heat and the adrenaline, I think, as well, would makes your body do weird things.
And I imagine the caffeine you need to do this kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, something's got to give, hasn't it, at some point? And just stress in general, just weird things to people's bodies.
Yes, I'm willing to bet the sphincter is probably one of the first things to go. There's that frog splash.
Yeah, he doesn't quite sell it like the 5-star frog splash,
but
he
does put Sabu away though.
He does bounce when he does it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
I don't like seeing someone kick out of the 5-star frog splash.
Oh my god,
Stop
that chair
throwing
shot.
chairs at each other's heads.
Oh, he just fucking bounces off the rope and just chucks it. Oh, Christ.
What are you doing, Sabu? What now?
Some sort of...
Triple jump leg drop.
Yeah. That guy kind of looks like John Tenter. Earthquake.
Oh yeah, just with no hair.
Yeah. What? Earthquake had that hair.
I thought he had long
Okay.
hair at one point.
Yeah, but he had the skullet going on, didn't he?
Yeah. But that man has no hair.
Yeah. He might be bigger than John Tenter, to be fair.
He might be.
This match has gone on a while, hasn't it?
Just a bit. Speaking of people that look like other people, the referee looks a bit like Joel Edgerton.
Joel, what?
Joel Edgerton.
You ever seen Mallrats?
Yeah.
Looks like Dante from Mallrats.
Or Clerks.
yeah, Clerk, sorry, yeah.
Do you think he's supposed to be there?
He said, I'm not even supposed to be here today.
It's been such a long time since I've seen Clerks.
See, the audio is making it seem like the crowd is silent. It's weird.
That could also be a symptom of the fact it's just Joey on his own. Like most other wrestling shows, the dead air would be filled by the other commentators.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, don't bring in...
Fourth table. Let's see if this one behaves itself. Nope. Falls apart immediately.
Of course it does, because he's just fucking thrown it in.
You'll see the little bracket that holds it in place has just fallen out. Sabu goes to put it back in,
Oh,
and it falls straight out again.
RVD's just looking at him like, no, what are you doing, man? Just... Oh.
RVD kicks Sabu in hopes that he'll land on the table as it's angled, and the whole thing collapses.
That big guy just went, oh!
The crowd are not happy.
It's like, what that looked like to me is like a drunk uncle at a wedding.
Yeah.
He's had too much to drink and has leant on a table and just gone down really slowly like, oh.
So RVD grabs another table.
Saying that just reminded me, one of the funniest things I've ever seen, and my wife always laughs when we bring it up. Last time I went on holiday with my family, I was sat with my mum at the airport. You know, a lot of waiting around at airports. And she she went to sit down on this luggage. And one of the legs buckled on the luggage. And she literally went, looked at me, and then fell so slowly while looking at me. It was like slow motion.
But she didn't even try to save herself.
No.
She just went, oh, I've accepted my fate.
And the best part is from across, I was laughing, my brothers were laughing, AJ was laughing, and my stepdad, clear as day, like the airport went completely silent, and he just went, Fiona, get off the floor! So good. My mum's just there like...
Oh, Jesus Christ. I will just point out that Sabu was kicked out of a frog splash through a table.
And now he's trapped in the...
Yeah.
What is that? The
It's
binding of the table?
The rim. Lack of a better term.
Okay. That was a move
That was a fairy tale ending, that was.
Fucking will be when this match finishes.
Oh, RVD just can't keep Sabu down for the 3.
Oh, what was that? Looked horrible.
It was a knee to the face. A springboard knee to the face, but Sabu's knee is like staying on RVD's neck for the pin.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Oh.
Did I not warn you there was some improvised offense in this match?
Oh my God.
It was like a leg drop, but sideways, so he hardly touched him. Sabu pulling out a German suplex.
What the frog?
Splash.
Yeah.
Here's something I've only just thought of. Does Kaiser do a German suplex?
I'm sure he's capable of one.
Has he done one, though? If not, why not?
Yeah, because he'd just have to call it a suplex. Oh, it's gone to a time limit.
It's gone to a time limit draw.
To be fair, should have done. Let's show that little stopwatch. Look!
It says 30 minutes.
Look! Looks like a Tamagotchi.
It does look like a Tamagotchi.
8 days!
It's still alive! God, we're old, Jack.
I know, that was... Jesus Christ.
Not a chop.
No, Ludwig Kaiser, German suplex, and it's him getting chopped.
That's the first result is him getting his ass beat. So...
Nobody wants to see that.
Neither of them are happy with a draw, but they won't restart the match either. Now, this is a really weird thing, because obviously there is still respect between the two of them, despite the fact Sabu kind of turned on RVD at the beginning of the match. Sabu steals the title and just doesn't give it back for a while. There you go. So Sabu takes the title off Alfonso, and RVD's hey, give it back. And Sabu's just playing fucking keep away.
Yeah, RVD doesn't really care now, does he? He's just
but
like, hey, man, hug me. Like, let's put
yeah, well done. But also, like, give me the belt back. So I was like, fuck off. It's my belt.
Oh, yeah, he's just being like a bully.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's like, go on, yeah, you go and get it. Yeah.
And RVD's like, high five, mine.
The only way that could have been better if Sabu had his hand on like RVD's head.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, come on, come and get the belt. Come and get the belt. Ridiculous. Did he say that match was a draw? RVD is the draw.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Fair.
That's why all these people bought a ticket. Man. Not quite.
We've got one more match, but we've got a couple of promos first.
He always speaks really weirdly, Shane Douglas, but now that you've seen it a lot, I said he sounded weird in that promo leading up to the match with Ric Flair, where he was like, Ric Flair, look into my eyes. He's still got that kind of...
That cadence to the voice, yeah.
But he sounded really robotic in the other one. Because when he speaks, the way he does it seems like he means every single syllable that he's saying. Like, he really pronounces, like, every single word. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, Shane Douglas, he's... Based on what I've seen of him, he's almost bridged the gap between the two eras of New Generation and Attitude. Because New Generation... Granted, we've only covered a couple of matches in that time, but all of those promos are like, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. It's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas you've got the newer style, which is more like this, where it's backstage someone on their own, without the commentator as the interviewer as a buffer.
Because he's been around a while. He's been around longer than you think.
Exactly. So he would have trained around that time, but also he's transitioning into this Attitude Era style of promoing.
He was in a tag team with John Laurinaitis. Oh, this camera is making me like really nauseous.
It's like it's filmed on a camcorder from like the 80s.
But yeah, it's like moving.
It's filming at like 12 frames a second. It's weird.
So he came over, Al Snow did, to ECW as part of like the working relationship they had. So I think he went over there because he wasn't doing anything in WWE, and that's when he came up with this gimmick where he was sick of being used as a jobber.
Okay.
So it sent him mad.
Okay, so the head gimmick originated in ECW?
I'm 99% sure, yes.
Wow, okay. Because he's got the Help Me written backwards on his forehead.
Yeah. I might be wrong as well, but is this his last ECW match?
Couldn't tell you. Makes sense, though, that it would be. So, got a short survey here for you. Before we... a quick questionnaire, I should say, before we start the main event. Question 1. What does everybody want?
Yep. Head.
Correct. The second question. What does everybody need?
Head.
No, sorry, we were looking for a nice warm bath, a hot cup of cocoa, and 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Bad luck, Jack.
Yeah, oh, right, yeah, fair. More water.
And 2 litres of water every day.
Yes. 5 a day?
Just pick a day. And any day that ends in the word day. I have to say something about this, though. Alsto's entrance, fucking incredible.
Yeah, it was mad. It was absolutely mad in ECW, and I bet they didn't use the song as well.
No,
I bet
but it still works.
I bet it's not a... Well, do you know what he came out to?
Nope.
Breathe by the Prodigy.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, was it Breathe or Firestarter?
If it's Prodigy, no, they use something else.
No, it was Breathe. Yeah, it was Breathe. Yeah, look at those polystyrene heads.
Amazing that they handed that out to everybody. They just handed polystyrene heads to everybody.
If I remember, they mention it in the Rise and Fall of ECW.
Okay.
Heyman knew someone that produced produced polythene heads, and that's where it came from. But yeah, he was over.
I can see.
He was over in ECW. But knowing that he came out to Breathe and listen to this theme, can you kind of hear it? Yeah.
That's how you know he's over. Every person in the crowd, it seems, is holding a polythene head.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Dunn, eat your heart out. Fucking zooms like that.
It's horrible, isn't it?
It's fine. They do it again.
So this is weird to me for a couple of reasons. Shane Douglas is actually wrestling a match that injured.
Yeah. I have to assume it's all legitimate injuries.
Yeah.
So.
And just because I know ECW, I know Al Snow's not winning, but he's the heel.
He's not. Well, it's Douglas.
Douglas is, yeah, and it seems really weird that they're making a big thing like, I'm going in this injured. It's like it's a very underdog.
Wow. If the only way it makes sense in my head is that like ECW as a brand celebrates wrestling, and because Shane Douglas would shoot on a lot of really famous wrestlers, it's sort of against what they stand for. Like the Ric Flair thing in particular right now, because everyone's supporting Ric Flair with the current debacle that's going on with him and Bischoff at this point. For Shane to cut a promo on Flair, they're banging their heads together.
Oh, is that what that squeak is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the polythene rubbing.
They're banging them together.
I thought it was my headphones.
It's like those fucking rubber tubes you get at like football games. They would do because they make plenty of noise and they can't fucking hurt anybody.
Yeah, that's how they call him the franchise.
Yeah,
and he's doing John Cena's hand thing.
Yeah, John Cena did his hand thing. Douglas takes the brace off for the match.
See, again, make a big deal. You got his manager going, I don't think he should. And he's like, I'm going to do it. It's a very underdog thing, though. God, that squeaking noise is really weird.
I can't lie. I didn't notice the squeaking at first. And that normally really sets me off. That's one of those things.
Yeah, it's a teeth thing, isn't it? Where
yeah.
It's like,
and that's what it's polystyrene does that to me. John Tenter just playing with his heads in the crowd. Just now kiss.
I don't know how legit that arm is, because he's fucking chopping with it.
I think his mouth is, though.
Yeah,
I think it was his elbow, though, to be fair. So...
You wouldn't be doing that.
Wouldn't they? This is Paul Heyman's ECW we're talking about.
Yeah, true. I don't know. Have you ever broken a bone?
Yes. I've fractured two. I've never broken one.
Just doing anything
hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I once fractured a bone on the outside of my right foot. And I had to walk maybe a quarter mile to the reception to get it looked at. That was not fun.
No, that does not sound good. I've only broke my arms and my nose.
Yeah, and I fractured that, and I've fractured one tiny little bone in my hand. That one there, just on the wrist.
Okay.
I have here in my notes, Douglas's shorts look like he's pissed himself backwards.
Yeah.
It's like bright yellow tights with like a dark orange patch just on the ass.
Yeah, with a weird patch.
It looks like he's like been sweating through them, but it also looks like piss.
Oh, there's going to be some Francine chants now. You've got herpes. There it is. She's got herpes.
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. I don't know why they just decided out of all of the main women in ECW...
Just to rag on Francine.
Francine's got sexually transmitted diseases. Like, every chant was around that.
Yeah, certain women really attached onto that. Around this time, it was Stephanie McMahon as well.
Oh,
the joke was always Stephanie McMahon's a whore.
Yeah.
That was always the joke. Rock in particular really latched onto that.
Jericho did as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Punk did once to a certain extent. Do you remember when she's...
he goes to shake his hand. Yeah,
I know where that hand's been.
Yeah. Great stuff.
1 year later, that man would appear in a Kennel from Hell match. Isn't that something?
Like the way he goes into the guardrail and everyone just goes, "Come
Heads!
on!
Heads!"
Head!" Yeah, Douglas isn't wrestling like he's got all those injuries, has he? They made a big deal out of it in the build-up to it, but he's just, like, getting punched in the face and chopping and doing stuff with his arm. Like, he's just clotheslined him with the bad arm
kind of
then.
just proving how tough he is, I guess.
There's a chair in the ring.
Yep, there's 2 chairs in the ring.
There's another one. Oh, it's Francine.
Thanks, Francine.
Someone's trying to start as she's got herpes.
3 chairs in the ring.
Those tassels don't really suit his character, do they?
Nope.
It's really strange.
Yeah, you never think of Douglas as a particularly flamboyant wrestler.
No. It's the same with Davey Boy Smith, British Bulldog.
Yeah,
he always had
actually.
tassels. He was a tough guy wrestler.
Tough guy, yeah.
Right, we're bringing you back in, Bulldog. Can I have bloody tassels on my boots? Yeah, you can. Champion.
No, can you imagine? What did he ask for?
Yeah. Just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Fucking do it. Just do it. Just do it.
It's the accent. I can't.
Yeah.
Did he call me an asshole?
Maybe that was it. Maybe he was like, you guys doing my boots are fucking assholes.
He wants
tassels.
Okay,
right,
got
okay.
it.
Bunch of
That's getting censored.
Fuck's sake. That's it. We found it.
Found the line.
Yeah.
Your tower of fucking chairs is ruined, Shane.
He's like, I've stacked up all these chairs perfectly.
Don't sit on it, Al. I won't.
Ready? I'm going to do it.
I sat on the
I'm
chairs.
going to slam you into
I
it.
sat on the chairs.
Atomic drop. Joking. Oh, don't woo.
Yeah.
Don't woo
Don't
Shane
chop.
Douglas.
Don't chop. It's that simple. Why would you sit on the chairs, Al? I specifically asked you not to. Head told me to do it.
Oof.
Powerbomb through the chairs will fucking do it, though.
Francine just shouting at the ref.
I find it weird how the ref doesn't stay still when he's counting the pin as well. He like slides forward with each count.
Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? I was trying to listen to what they were chanting then, but
I couldn't figure it out
grab
either.
it. I don't know if it was directed at Francine or not because she turned to look.
Yeah, I think it might have been. Oh, here comes Candido to interrupt.
So this will be the triple threat.
Yeah. Snow
Jesus
yeets
Christ.
Candido out onto Bam Bam, the other member of the triple threat.
There it is. That'll do it. Oi!
Nope.
You got me. You got me. Wow, Joey Styles is doing serious voice.
Yeah.
That's how you... Oh my God, he kicked out.
Oh, flare flop as well.
Kind of.
Wooing as well.
Yeah.
So
Just winding Shane Douglas up. It's like his his kryptonite.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't see a figure 4 leg lock.
Well, I just wondered what the fuck was happening then. Al Snow just goes, nope.
Aside moves on to you two fuckers on the outside. That was just me and Shane.
Yeah, that's how you get to Shane Douglas. If you're ever in a match with him, you just whisper it, Ric Flair. He's got an F on his tights for Flair.
It's franchise.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being...
It took me a second. I was like, Shane, no. Douglas, no.
I'm being...
Franchise, yes.
I'm being facetious.
Hey.
Yeah, fuck me, right?
Yeah, Al Snow hasn't even done his finisher yet, so the match can't be over.
He went for it.
I honestly forgot what his finisher was.
Snowplow.
Yeah, which isn't all that impressive.
No, it's
Sit-out scoop slam,
isn't it? Does he win?
I'll never tell.
No, he doesn't win.
Oh, Francine's gonna get it.
Francine's gonna get ploughed. Oh,
Snowplowed, that is.
Kind of.
Yeah, it was a snowplow.
Yeah, it was.
Head to Candido.
Look at all of those heads.
That's a lot of head. Yeah, I guess with the sunset, they're not pretty.
That's it then.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shane Douglas nabs the pin straight from under Al Snow. And here come the heads.
That's the trouble with ECW. The crowd, you do one thing and everyone will follow. There's that really famous Terry Funk.
It was Terry Funk. I was trying to remember if it was.
Where he asks someone to throw him a chair and all of a sudden fucking chairs come flying in. It's just like, oh man.
And I think you can hear, someone on the mic go, stop fucking throwing chairs!
Yeah. Oh, we'll have to find out what that is.
If it's a pay-per-view, we're doing it.
I can't remember if it was or not. I'd like to think it was. Is that Droz?
Yeah, it might be.
God, this is weird for Shane to be a heel then. Go in as an underdog and then show sportsmanship at the end.
But Snow's showing him the respect for beating him, so...
My timelines might be right then, and this might be Snow's last...
Yeah, it makes sense that it would be, because I think he's faced Douglas twice now. So that was ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998. What do you think?
I mean, it was okay. It's not rewatchable, really.
Yeah,
is it?
I think ECW were in a very unique position in that they're what's considered their worst show isn't actually that bad.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, but it's not boring bad. It's at least entertaining kind of bad.
Yeah.
In a lot of shows that we've covered in the past, there have been times where we haven't spoken for 1 or 2 minutes because just nothing's happened and we've had to just talk random shit to fill the air.
Well,
we don't really have to do that here.
Yeah, it's ECW. There's always something happening.
Yeah.
And it's because the crowd was so rabid and nearly everyone had a manager. And there's always something happening on the outside as well as the inside. And they'd constantly be referencing storylines and stuff throughout. And there's always something going on. That's why I'd compare it to a TikTok video. Because it's just very sensory stimulating.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
And I'm not as tired as I am now after we watched Living Dangerously because I was exhausted.
Yeah, that was... And weirdly, this is 40 minutes longer than that as well, so... just a better paced show, I guess.
And considering it a half an hour match as well.
Yeah, but I mean, RVD and Sabu, it's going to be worth it for those two, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, half an hour was... I think it was just getting a bit too much at that point. I think, you could have made that 20 minutes and it would have been all right.
Exactly. Right. Well, that was ECW Wrestlepalooza 1998. Thank you so much for listening. Give us a a follow if you're listening on Spotify or any other podcast platform. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Most of the people that watch our content aren't subscribed, so we'd like to fix that. Comment, let us know what you think of the episode. What are the pay-per-views you'd like us to cover in the future? Until next time.
Headlock Talkover.